Okay, so
I'm back on work.
And their hemorrhoids were this.
okay, so welcome to our session number 27 for this campaign. You have survived quite a while so far without dying.
It's time for a major play.
Harry's volunteering.
It's not Game of Thrones, mate. So yeah.
I mean, Willie's been close on multiple occasions.
Yes, we have had many character deaths close to, unlike Wednesday, who's actually had actual PC deaths.
Yep. Take that, Wednesday.
Well, they had left the characters behind for a day in a dungeon.
Yeah, well,
that's
you
right.
told us that story.
Yeah.
So if you happen to leave someone behind in a dungeon, no matter who it is, and you don't even bother to check, don't be surprised if they wind up dead the next day.
It's like leaving your Tamagotchi unattended for 30 minutes. It's dead by the time you look at it again. It's like, what happened? I fed you 30 minutes ago. Now I'm dead.
Yes, you forgot to play with her for 30 minutes.
No wonder our generation has a problem with their phones.
Yeah, they're making sure that their Pokemon's still alive.
They all require streaking on a regular basis.
Don't worry, Brian.
there.
I haven't held you
Yeah,
for 5
there.
minutes. I've got
Which is why the swipe left and swipe right works so well, because it's all about swiping.
swiping up as well now. TikTok.
There was a quote, something along the lines of
Sometimes when I swipe, I hear my phone purr.
the next generation is similar to Tamagotchis, except the idiot thing we're trying to keep alive is ourselves.
Swipe left or you die.
So true.
Left, left, I'm in left!
What a mess Tamagotchis were.
Oh yeah, they
I had a teacher who said, Josh, hand over your Tagamoochi. I'm like, what the hell's a Tagamoochi?
It's the rip-off tag of my...
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like, is this your rip-off Tamagotchi, is it?
It's what you hand in the rip-off when you keep the normal one.
So
I'm sorry, I didn't get mine from China.
Yeah. I wrote Tagamoochi on a piece of paper. Like, here, here's my Tagamoochi. Let's just say I got detention for that. Let's just say I was a shit of a kid.
The teacher had no sense of humour. That's what
In
I'd
which
say.
case you go, okay, you can take the Tamagotchi to detention all you want, and then walk off.
Yeah, I did. That's what I did.
And the person would go, well, you said detention for that, not detention for me.
And while in detention, my Tamagotchi died. It was very sad, actually.
That's okay, pull out battery, put battery in. Oh, look, he's alive!
Oh no, you can just immediately restart it. Which is pretty good.
It was pretty good. Okay, so, session 27, all about Tamagotchi.
Yes! I can't wait for the enemy to be a Tamagotchi.
Don't worry,
All the
I've got this.
all the undead Tamagotchis.
Hang on, I'm going to open to the right page first. Treat wounds. Okay, I'm good.
Makeshift enemy, we have no idea what we're coming up against.
Okay, so, table today we have Peter.
Yay! Oh, you want me to introduce myself?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay, sorry.
Game's over, that's it. Alright.
Peter is gay.
Yes,
I actually do a yay on there if you like.
Is that your new title, Peter?
No.
I'm really,
No.
yay, I'm still alive, yay.
Yay! I've got shot in the ass, but I'm still alive. Yay!
So would you
I'm
like
hating
prefer to
more
be
and more
called
things,
Shaft?
yay.
You shut up.
I find pleasure in hating things. That's quickly becoming your character.
Pretty much. No, I am playing the highly moral and religious Lord Willy Won Kenobi, aspirant of the lost errant, practitioner of the renowned Tiger style, and saviour of Quest and Margot, God-touched, hater of horses and maker of good life choices, husband of the Hell Knight Ruby Won Kenobi.
And currently called Buttshot.
No, junk
Yes.
punch.
No, Bloodshot.
Junk punch.
Preferred iron ass, but that works.
Iron Ass would have been a great nickname, except he wasn't here to, show that one. It did bounce off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got stuck. So next one around we have is Morgan.
Hi, I play Quest the Bard. It's Quest. Question. Not Quest. I am the greatest bard in the land. I'm here to prove it.
By killing all the other
Takes me
bards.
20 years.
Yeah.
I am the greatest bard in the land.
Because
Why?
I'm the only
Killed
one
others.
left.
I wrote a law making it illegal for there to be other bards. They're not allowed to call themselves bards anymore, they're just instrumentalists.
You're the only one that can play entire song in F flat minor 26 times.
All other bards are known as backup to me.
That's all I got today.
That's okay. And everyone seems to call you question time for some reason.
Come on, grab your friends.
Yeah.
Hi, kids. Welcome to
We're werewolves.
If kids are following you around, I'm concerned. Okay.
And then we have Stefan.
Hello, I'm playing.
Who's your character today? Have you got too many?
No, I have.
Crow.
Erda Silvershot, who is currently working at a casino. No, but my actual name is Kroll, and I am the group's healer.
Why have you got so many criminal aliases all of a sudden?
Well, this is our alias for this for this city. We need one.
And he's been referred to as the Green Archer by everyone.
Yeah, that's gonna be different, isn't it?
Yep.
I thought we were different players. Really not. Okay. There you go.
It's totally not a rip-off, we promise.
So
Yeah, definitely not.
just quickly.
I ripped off that Kroll guy.
No,
You didn't get to pick the names.
is your new name not Ollie?
what's my character's nickname?
Currently being called Bloodshot.
Isn't your last name
Really?
Chris?
Yeah.
By who?
By every staff member and servant of the Golden Goblin.
I'm
that
sure
you're
it's
working
going to
on.
get out there as soon as we've been announced.
Okay. Well, once we've done, I'll have a word about that.
Been going for about a week now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and your words never end up well.
No, that's true.
And then we have
The last time you had words, you had got married.
Yes,
So.
it has been a while.
I've been almost to death by a horse.
The Master Wizard Parry, the buffest wizard known to man, has returned. I know that I've been adventuring with my best friend.
Sexcation.
You've gone
Yes.
you've gone places where so many other men have gone before you.
I like to think some men have not.
Oh, come on, don't
There's
be
some
like that.
men, but those who haven't been replaced
Like
by
the
all
Paracount.
women
Well,
in
no,
one
no,
by-
the Paracountess has had many men, but never mind.
Yes, but not some men.
No, some men.
You can at least count Lily out.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what we're
that's
saying.
what we were getting at.
That's
But thanks for clarifying, Tuza.
Peter just pulls the worst
No,
sad
no,
face
no
about
problem.
Yeah.
This is Drew's job, right?
and that's okay, and everyone refers to him as Cypher Mage Parry.
Your only job
Yes.
is not breaking your arm.
that. I'm trying to become a gynecologist.
And online today we have M.
Hello, I'm playing. What did I say? I think I took my surname in this town, so I'm playing Undergar, the half orc bouncer, who's very very buff and also kind of not using his right arm at the moment because that's kind of buffed slightly.
Which comes up to the
that's-
name everyone keeps calling you. Everyone keeps calling you Flex One Arm.
So,
Oh yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Flex
no,
one arm.
that flex one
Pretty
arm
badass
sounds about
name,
right. I can flex
Yeah.
both now because it's been a week, so
Yep.
it's kind of
Why?
cool.
Because the other one's still broken.
Probably.
But flex one arm I think is gonna stick.
It's been a month and you haven't fixed that. What are you doing?
You know how many times I had to fix that thing? I'm done.
I think he fixed it like 3 times in the one session.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? I remember twice.
No.
Was there another session after that?
The
where...
session
yeah.
after that it got broken multiple times.
Oh god.
Quest tried
Amy
to
didn't tell me this.
Quest tried to fix it. Crawl had
I
to
will.
re-break
Oh,
it.
no, yeah. No! I heard that story. I heard Quest tried to fix it. And then then I interrupted him and went, that's all I need to know.
So, and you have another person there, Zed, as well working, and they have been referring to her as Trouble Walking.
Trouble walking.
Trouble
That's
for
great.
Is that because she's trouble incarnate or because she's having trouble staying on her legs?
It's hard to say. There are some people who want the second one, and some who want the first one, and it's hard to tell.
Who provided these nicknames?
Our employer.
Your employer.
Cool. All right.
Wait, there's nicknames?
You don't have a nickname, you weren't there for that.
Perfect.
You were, you know.
I make
busy.
it known to
Little
everyone in a very unsubtle
No, I don't
way
think I was tied up in this
that
scenario.
You're unhappy with Buttshot?
yeah, it's not a good thing, and that they should really stop unless they want something bad to happen.
Don't worry,
They want to
it's just
incur the
another
wrath
thing that
of
you can
the-
hate.
Oh, I've already got notes about my hating this person. There's no mysteries here.
It's okay, he's going to show up again, then you'll get to kill him.
No, he's gonna knock himself out like he did with it.
Oh yeah.
So,
And then we will kill him, and then.
So you've been here for a week, resting, relaxing before Parry shows up with
I
the
guess.
missing serving girl.
I've been busy.
Well, now my rout's ruined. Oh, hey Parry, how did you get here?
I've always been here. I followed you guys into this casino. I've just been busy.
Makes sense.
As the serving girl gives you a kiss on the cheek and walks off and says, "We'll be busy again later."
Yep, that
Yes.
tracks.
And Sol says, "I'm going to dock your pay for that." She goes, "Sure."
You're just that good.
Good to know. Who is...
By my way, I'm just above average. I've got a charisma of 12.
So what was that,
Still
Em?
pulling all the girls.
I said I think I'm pretty sure Tip the Wench applies here.
She's being tipped. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
You don't play that game, it never goes out well.
Well, we did
And
have.
she's been more than tipped. Okay.
She's been shafted as well.
I'm sure we're not going to go there with those bedroom tales.
The gentleman
Gentleman
doesn't.
doesn't kiss and tell.
That's it.
So, Parry, what's the story?
Yeah.
I was actually just thinking that out of character. Whenever I'm like gone because of work for a long period of time, I should totally write a story of my sexual adventures, and then just come back saying, "Here, everyone, here's my sexual adventures.
The Conquest of Parry, starting with.
Here's my new pornographic novel that I've written up about what I've done in the past month."
He's got an alter ego, who's a very famous author in certain bookshops.
I've got a good.
And he does his research thoroughly.
I've got max out intelligence. I know how to write. It'll
Okay.
take me 3 days, of which I'm gone for a month. So.
So, to remind everyone, your characters are here to investigate something called the Blot in the Sky.
Yep.
Just so you knew, reason 1 for being here. Reason 2 for being here was you've messed up with the Pathfinder Society twice now by calling yourself Pathfinders on quests.
What?
When was the second time?
Yeah. What was the second? Who said that?
You did. You basically identified yourself, outed yourself as a Pathfinder to the Hell Knights.
Oh, when we were in
Oops.
Sand.
In Sandpoint.
Sandpoint. That's the one.
Yeah, that's fair.
So basically they were told this was their last chance to prove that they can actually be Pathfinder Society
Without
members.
calling ourselves Pathfinders.
Because you're on a quest to spend a minimum of 2 months, maximum of 6 months, in Riddleport to investigate this and do it subtly. So the investigation is the subtle part. Whatever you do to cover that, you're being given a chance to work at the Golden Goblin as a way of justifying your reason for being here.
Okay.
So that is your cover.
Going back to the first one, what was the first one again?
The first one was investigate the Blot in the Sky.
Blot.
Blot in the
I thought you said bluff. I was like, okay.
Like the spot in the sky.
Black spot, yes. The sky's got a black spot.
So is this like a cloud, or is there just an area of darkness that sits in the sky?
Like huge area.
It sort of looks like a cloud, and looks like darkness, and looks like speckles. It depends on what time of day and when you're looking at it,
Right.
and it's never the same.
Contained black hole. Okay.
Think super massive black hole, and then you're kind of
It's a
there.
bad time to say that we're Pathfinders.
And also the fact that one of the runes in the giant
Rune
thingy.
gate is lit up.
Yeah.
Yep.
That may or may not be related to this thingy bug.
What was the third reason?
The third reason was to prove that you could actually do a job subtly.
Right. Okay.
I thought that was 2.
The second one was to prove that you can actually not call yourself Pathfinder.
The second one is when
Oh!
We're so dead.
Because that was the one that you had failed.
And we'll continue to do so, I'm sure.
Did I call myself Pathfinders? I thought I just showed the mark.
You basically showed the mark of the faction of Cheliak in the Pathfinder Society,
And then told them to send a message to the Countess.
who is a known head of the Cheliak faction of the Pathfinder Society. And the amusing thing was he was actually a honey trap for players to do that. It worked perfectly.
Yeah!
guilty by association.
Yeah, that's yeah. I couldn't help myself. Chillax here. Look, I'm here!
Hey, what are you guys?
I'm on the cool team. Oh, you're a
But
Pathfinder.
We
Damn
haven't
it.
been able to get out or talk with anyone or do any of the work or go shopping or anything.
So for the first week, you've basically been busy here, helping do repairs and clean up, so you get the lay of the place, more of an understanding what it's all about, how everything works, so you can fill in for various people who get drunk, beaten up, killed, abducted,
In that order.
tortured.
Disposed of.
Yeah. And so the subtle part is investigating the blood in the sky.
But you've got to be subtle about that.
Yes. Because you're not supposed to be blatantly, I'm investigating this thing.
And we also know that the
Oh,
Hellknights...
don't worry, I'll happily do that, but however, if I show a mark about because if I can Pathfinder, I'll fall for that one every day.
We also know
we
the
need
Hellknights
you to
looking
talk
into
to
it.
the wizards.
Oh yeah, I
Cypher
should
mages
probably.
for some reason.
Yeah, we need to contact them. Apparently you're our way in.
Because he's actually trained with the Cypher Mages.
Right.
He is one of their proteges.
But that's part of the primary mission. The Cypher mages know about the blot, so we need to talk to
The
them.
Cypher Mages are investigating it. They might not know about it, but they're investigating it. It's sort of like saying someone has seen the moon for the first time. They're investigating the moon. They might not know much about it.
So they don't know much about me.
Well, they know a bit about you. They trained you originally.
Oh.
But whether or not they know what happened to you in the 3 years you were away still remains to be seen.
Why'd you leave?
He was abducted as far as anyone knows.
Yes.
Every character was abducted as far as anyone knows.
I was chosen.
By a fair maiden. Multiple fair maidens.
No, I chose the fair maiden, okay? that definitely happened. I chose the fair maiden on that one.
And there are a bunch of New Zealand sounding guardsmen here
Yep.
who work the floor of the casino as guards. We call each other bro, including you all, no matter who you
What's
are.
their name?
They call themselves the Pauls.
Right.
Because you suggested Paul's a name, and they went, that's a great name, we'll call ourselves Paul.
I tried to start at 8. I don't know why I went Scottish there. Far out.
They lost a member last session, as he managed to cut both his own feet off,
Yeah, no, it was,
and crush his own
I
hand.
knocked someone down with two
Someone
big...
needs to catch me up.
I don't think it was
I've
Paul,
been
it was
beat.
Percy's.
Yeah, we went into this...
That's right, they're
casino.
called Percy's, yes, Percy.
So we went into this casino.
Yeah, I went to the casino.
Yeah, we're doing
I kind
gambling
of got stuck in the
competition.
casino.
Right at the end of the session we entered,
Yeah.
someone yelled in, everyone get on the floor and maybe you'll live.
Yeah.
And we got attacked by...
I think that was the week after.
No,
That was
that
the
was
end of the
ended
first
the
the
session
end
you
of
were
the
in.
first session.
You were busy with
Oh no, everyone get on the floor, yeah, no.
Lily.
And walk down so.
Yeah. Then we got attacked by a bunch of thieves, and you know, rather than doing as instructed, we made a mess of things. But we got the terrorists.
Yeah.
Except for the person who was actually stealing
Except
the
for
gold.
you know,
Yeah.
And one of the
actual
guardsmen who also got away. Yeah, one of the thieves also got away.
Yeah.
To be fair,
So-
that is our group to a T. Yeah, we're going to go do this task. And there goes our main target.
But no, so the guys who came in to rob the place were as a distraction for the wizard who was turning invisible in the bathrooms.
With Kroll at the time.
We don't know.
Now we're in both in stalls casting spells.
At the exact same
Don't
time.
know what you're talking about.
Tag teaming, okay?
Yeah. But yeah, that wizard ended up trying to take the money out of the pot in the center of the floor.
Oh, yeah.
He got interrupted, so he only got like 20% of what was there. But he's still taken enough to make
Because
the
Kroll
casino-
shot the thing that was where it had the gold, making it spin and make it hard for them to get to it.
Ah.
So they decided to cut their losses and leave at that point.
Yep.
That was when Kroll missed his target.
Yeah.
The first
the
time.
third time.
You were the third miss.
Was I?
Yeah.
Don't admit. It was a bad day.
But
You
yeah,
managed to bounce it off
Stick
3
to your
walls before
jaw.
he hit you.
And heal us. Don't bring out a weapon, okay?
If I hadn't, he would have still gotten away with the entire lot.
yeah, his missing was actually like the best thing to happen for us. But yeah, so we missed the guy who turned invisible, who's the head of one of the gangs.
Yeah.
Our new employer used to be a ganger, but he got out of it, and now none of the gangers like him.
Oh. Whoop.
But yeah, the guards were completely useless, so... Two of them, like, Quest knocked over an assailant in front of two of them, and the two of them proceeded to break their own feet. Because they couldn't hit the guy on the floor in front of them.
Have you ever seen like newborn pups crawling all over each other?
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Oh,
Yeah, the barman finally managed to land a hit after he put the club down and picked up a bottle instead.
Barman was deadlier with a bottle than he was with
with a club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a club
I
was a
think-
makeshift weapon for him, was it?
Yeah, I think
He was trained in club, he wasn't trained in bottle.
the dog had to knock over that guy first as well.
What?
Yeah, Poppy was the real MVP of the last battle because he
You got a
actually
natural
managed
20
to
on the
hit
bottle.
that guy like 4 times, and he missed Poppy every single time.
It's like a store clerk having his favorite shotgun in America, okay? Screw my favorite club, I'm gonna use a bottle now!
All the guards on the balcony with crossbows were assassinated before the thing went down.
Yeah, that's not a
They're in the
surprise.
middle of a changeover, so while they're in the middle of changing over and talking, someone got them.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
Wow.
Yeah, like,
Did we work that it was some kind of
it's the one-eyed harlot.
upstairs or something?
It's the one-eyed harlot.
Yeah, she was called
Who
the
was a
One-Eyed
member of
Harlot,
the,
known as basically an assassin.
Oh.
That's right, yeah.
She uses poison.
That's right.
Normally shoots people in the butt.
And now we're here investigating a what in
Yeah, it
the
was her.
You know, we're supposed to investigate what in the sky. I say let's get distracted and chase the money.
And the last thing before we start is you hear rumours around town from various clientele who seem to know you by the names that you've been told. That Sal has been talking you up as the new muscle of his casino. And that because you foiled the robbery so well, every other crime lord can take their own head and shove it up their own ass instead of him having to actually deal with them.
Uh-oh.
This is laying low.
Yeah, this is laying low. This is being subtle. Okay.
Maybe I should
Hey,
have
she
talked down
she
to
said
Yeah.
subtle.
Be subtle. Have a look at my new guards that have just walked into town.
No, subtle as in we don't out ourselves as Pathfinders, but we basically
No,
like, yeah, we're
that
muscle.
is a different thing. Because apparently we have to be subtle because we can't say that we're investigating the blot in the sky.
Yeah, we're not investigating.
However, we can't call ourselves Pathfinders
Either.
investigating the blot in the sky.
Yeah, we can't. We've got to investigate the blot in the sky without letting on that we're Pathfinders investigating the blot in the sky. So we're not Pathfinders investigating the blot in the sky. We're the fucking security for the best casino in the fucking town.
Casino, yeah.
Anybody want a beer?
I've got 4 here. I'm drinking.
What kind are they?
And so
PA.
And so that's the reason why he's
actually.
subtly changed the names that you guys had been given to make sure that he wasn't identifying who you were.
I'll trade you one of yours for one of mine, Peter.
No, that's alright. Give you one.
And because Parry's from this place, which is why he's called the Cypher Mage Parry.
Come on down!
Cypher Mage Parry.
Hello.
Hello, it has been a while.
That is time to move.
Not right now, thank you.
Yeah. Alright.
They'll probably just sit in front of me for a bit until I have.
Who's alive? I've not tried them before, so I don't know if they're
Harry, it's a quiet exit.
I had no idea. I had a look at it and went, I'll try that before I give it a go.
And so introducing Adam, who just shows up.
Oh, I found this when I was cleaning out some of those boxes you gave me.
Oh, didn't know that had ended up in there.
So
Thank
I
you.
figured you'd want it back.
So some of the things that weren't supposed to have gone may have ended up there.
I'll go through under.
Yeah.
Yep.
Insert the Great Escape theme music.
Don't. Yeah.
Take me away. So was there much else in the same box as that one?
No. No, the rest of it was Lego.
So, thank you.
I love how it says. Oh, it's actually. Oh, wow, it's actually very effective.
So that's actually my 21st.
Less than 0.5.
And that's my real hair.
The white.
The alcoholic content.
What?
Is less than 0.5.
It's my real hair.
No.
Yeah. People get trying to pull it off like a wig.
That's awesome.
Less than point.
So
Are we
Less than
online?
0.5.
yeah, we are online. So welcome to Adam.
Okay.
Hello.
Who's going to describe himself?
Hi, my name's Adam, and character. Okay. I'm playing Zed, the disciplined warrior from Kamagar, who is sly, sneaky, and right now generally pissed off at the world.
And he's currently referred to as trouble walking by the staff.
Pretty much
It's
referred to as
a
trouble.
walking
Can't be
track.
as more pissed off as the world is weary.
Who's currently referred to as butt
Actually,
shot.
we're going for.
No, you're going for
it's
who's
a
the
new competition.
Gah!
Trying a new mentality. We'll see. If
Like Parry and Do's for
We'll-
most kill counts.
We're actually going to see if Psycho Killer is more constructive than the previous core coordinated leader. Because coordinated leader just got betrayed, so let's try Psycho Killer for a while.
Got you
Hey, it works for me.
And what we just walked in on was everyone being told that Sal had been talking you up in the week you just had to the rest of the town as his new muscle.
Yep.
And how all the crime bosses in the town can take their own head and shove it up their butt. Because you'll hand it to them on a platter if they show up.
I'm not actually going to argue the point.
I mean,
Did we get to do anything in the week, or was that just...
That was the week of you learning the ropes
We
of the
were
casino, spending
basically-
a lot of time
That's what-
figuring where everything is.
Well, we did get a gold piece.
Oh,
Yeah,
singular.
for the week's work. I thought that was pretty good. And of course,
You did get to cash in your chips, though,
I
right?
know.
Yeah,
I'll
okay,
leave
cool.
that
I was
going.
going to say, he was like, that was the important bit.
Yeah.
Black dice it is. and
That
this
was
is
awesome.
rolls
I was
better.
like, oh wow. Okay.
I wanna roll better. Red dice it is.
Considering having money wasn't a necessary strong point you needed, but it does help.
Thank you.
Nice to have money.
Yeah.
Gives you more options.
I might need
Speak pickpockets.
Say again?
Speak pickpocketing.
What implements do you need?
probably a spoon. Actually, no, probably a fork.
You can probably get one of each.
I can indeed.
And so who we got online? We got Emmy online?
We got Emmy online. Yes.
Hello, Emmy!
I think he's a good.
Hello, how are you?
Exhausted, but happy to be here.
Do you need anything? Did you need...
And so that's how the map turned out.
Yeah, no, I was...
So basically, import, no modifications necessary, fits perfectly.
Beautiful. Exactly what you need.
Cheeky and
It's sort of frustrating when you spend half an hour or so just trying to get it to line up in some way that is reasonable to play.
I get it. I hear you.
My main complaint about taking images from any source other than those I create.
Yep.
Okay, so we're starting the session a weekend at the place with Parry showing up with the serving girl on his arm,
But feel free to have one if you do.
who's the head serving girl.
Yep.
And when Sal says she's going to dock her pay, she says whatever and she walks off.
I don't think I'll be getting.
I did actually
salad.
get the only real thing I wanted to do with for the week, like learning the ropes, was talking with the bard to find out just how easy it is to get away with stabbing Sol for being too handsy. Because she said that's what she did. I'm like, okay, so I'm just double checking what's the etiquette in that happening.
Well, her version of the etiquette of that happening is if he's living afterwards, it's probably a good thing. If he's dead afterwards, then you might have a few questions asked.
Okay. Right, so leave him living. So a light stabbing, not a fatal stabbing, just a light stabbing.
I know you can do a fatal stabbing as long as you then look after it afterwards, but that's not her thing. So if she fatally stabs someone, they stay dead.
Okay. No, that seems
Are
to be
you,
the
are you
rule.
looking to hurt our employer?
He's already started just deliberately pissing Zed off.
Would you like a hand? I'm more than happy to help.
Oh, so we can have that discussion over the week. Saying
Yeah.
so we're both cool with that
So
happening.
that is what
Moving on.
he looks like.
I'm
Yeah.
just going to point out, if you do
And he
that, I'm
should.
not giving you my medical services for this. You can find someone else.
What, for the stabbing or?
For the repair
For the
afterwards.
afterwards.
Harry's got you, don't worry.
Because we need this guy for our identities, so...
No, we needed this guy for a job. Now we have jobs.
Yeah, he's our employer.
Yeah,
And
but,
do we
but so
inherit-
yeah, it's like. I don't know what the legalese sort of thing, but
it's
Riddleport strikes me as a might makes right sort of
but if
scenario.
someone second guesses us, like Hell Knights, then he'll put his word against theirs that
Or,
we're
um,
working for him.
Weekend at Bernie's? We could do that with this guy.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, so Zed is giving away a lot of pretense of being like coordinated and responsible and honourable in this scenario. Let's be Riddleportians, like pirates, wretched hive of scum and villainy. Let's fit right in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if that
Okay.
concerns people, good.
And you also have the gruff dwarf, just to remind people that the
Lauren.
gruff dwarf exists.
Who's that?
He's the guy who always talks with a skull.
Yeah. So what was his job again?
He's the
floor manager.
Floor manager.
Floor manager, like pit boss.
Yep.
He's
Gotcha.
2IC.
And he or Grumpy Pulse will probably be what half the staff call him.
The grumpy
His
dwarf.
2IC is Bodjask.
Oh, they go Grumpy.
No, I think he's a bodyguard.
He has two bodyguards called Hans and Bayer. And then there is Bojask, who's also the Beastmaster, but also bodyguard.
But the two bodyguards aren't like casino security; they're personal.
Yeah.
Right?
The two bodyguards look after the safe and the cashiers at all times.
Right.
And they actually sleep near the safe.
Yeah. So bodyguards / money guards.
Yep. But he calls them bodyguards. And then his personal bodyguard is Bojask the Beastmaster.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, gotcha. So is it Bayer and Hans or something?
It is Hans and Bayer. And they both look very much like they come from the Olfen. So Swedish, long blonde hair, blue eyes. Almost the equivalent of Viking beauty, except for the fact that most of them sort of look as dumb as a post. And basically the only thing that going for them is they seem to observe everything, but not really care about what they're observing.
Yep.
If it has nothing to do with them, they don't care.
What's his name? Hans and
Bayer. So
B-E-Y-A-R. Oh, is it an R? Okay, I
Yeah.
spelled it wrong.
So Laura, the grumpy dwarf pit boss.
Lorette is the floor manager, the grumpy dwarf. His last name is Feldman, but he doesn't really say it very often.
Okay.
Half the reason you think he's grumpy is he doesn't have his clan dagger.
oh,
Right,
wow.
yep.
Yes.
That is a major screw you for any dwarf.
Yep. And there was Angvar. Oh, then he was the bad guy. He was the bad guy who got away. Angvar was the wizard who invisibly got away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, gotcha. So he's the protagonist of the problem.
And you got some.
I think you mean antagonist, not protagonist.
Wow. Depends on how you look at it, mate. Really.
Bit of one side, bit of another.
I think you're correct, but I'm not quite sure whether we're the heroes or the anti-heroes in this story. So it's going to be kind of an interesting definition.
And the bard is Thavalia.
The bard is Tavalia.
Varisia.
She's the half-elf songstress.
She is, yeah. We B-A-R-A-B-B-I-O for a surname.
B-A-R.
B-A-R-A-B-B-I-O.
Barabio! Very Italian.
Yep.
She speaks with her hands.
She's a bard. Of course she speaks with, gestures.
Yeah.
And
That's it. How do you silence an Italian? Cut up their hands. They can't talk.
No, they're just scared.
then they just wave the stumps around and it's like, that's not quite the
It's
same.
not the same. Can't get
Speech impediment.
Alright. And what was the name of his serving wench lady?
Lily.
Lily.
Lily,
out of this.
Parmenta.
You leave the serving wench lady out of it, dude. You disappeared for a week.
Leave it out of the surfing mission.
Yeah.
So for a week, everyone else had to cover her shift.
Yep.
Which meant Zed covered her shift.
Yeah.
Good to know that you're most talented.
Very talented.
You actually had to be polite and happy to customers.
Yeah, not so much.
Oh,
She-
what? Zed
she-
being polite and happy? What?
She is
When?
an excellent actress, but she didn't smile. You're paying for that. Yep. Alright. You finished? Uh-huh. Good.
Where's my tip?
Yep. Totally fine with that.
Which really works for the trouble walking nickname.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah, the orcs probably like that.
you've had a week's work and you've been given a couple of days at the start of the week off for the casino shuts for like the equivalent of Monday, Tuesday.
Yep.
It sort of shuts every 5 days for 2 days to give staff a break.
And cleaning.
Oh no, they do the cleaning every night. They don't get to go to bed until they finish cleaning.
Yep.
Which means we don't get to go to bed until it's finished cleaning, right?
Because you're the ones doing the cleaning.
Yeah.
Damn it.
As so do the bros. They help with the cleaning, but they also make some of the mess that you're
Yeah.
still cleaning up.
Right.
Yeah, get
So
it.
they go ahead and clean, then we have to come clean up after them.
That's right, because we saved the orc bros
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
got them rehired.
You should.
We learned over time that in order to get our work done, we have to send them to the bar across the road so we can finish our work.
That's
So
right.
you can get the job done in half an hour if they're not there, or in 4 hours if they're there.
Yep.
But they're helpful.
Just ask them.
Yeah, they're more than happy to help every one of you.
Stop helping.
Go get drunk. It's Kira.
Yeah. Busy.
Busy time of year of exams. It's a painful time for exams.
Gotcha.
Okay, so what would you guys like to do with your first day off and Perry showing up just in time for the break? You missed all the day's cleaning.
What we'd like to do, I think, is first thing is smack Parry over the head for leaving us in the lurch for a week.
Just write us a note on the back. And
You
Nice
didn't
to see you,
expect
Paddy.
this? What are you talking about?
It's his hometown.
You know, Parry's in league with Angvar.
Hey?
You know Parry's in league with Angvar.
Are you rolling any sort of deception checks, or is that actually your legitimate thought process?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is legitimate
Both.
thought process.
Just tell Lily he has the riddle.
He's not lying. He
A
just
wizard
doesn't know
that
if he's telling the truth.
disappeared after
Yeah.
stealing gold.
I like that idea though. It's like, yeah, do you know where that's been?
I heard it has riddle pox.
Yeah. If you start itching in sensitive places.
So which one are you saying that to?
See
The
doctor.
serving wench or Perry?
Lily.
Lily goes, oh don't worry, he'll catch worse off me.
Yeah, whatever it is, I've had it.
Hiding my medical kit.
I've probably caught worse not of her.
Not with a 10-foot pole.
Yes.
It's just a random note at the end of the week.
So if you mention
My
that around
medical
her,
kit
she
is
says
not
she
for
pays
genital
extra for
reasons.
that.
Yep, no.
Oh, there will be for genital reasons. Or else.
So, anyway, Harry, upstairs. Like, actually, so what's your name you're going by this week?
His name is Cypher Mage Perry,
Cool.
which means he's not actually undercover at all.
Alright.
So weren't the two things that we needed to do were make contact with the Cypher Mages in general and investigate that thing in the sky?
Yes.
So,
Don't we need to give him a name?
have you done anything over the week to actually help with that?
So we failed our mission already. Okay, I'm packing up and going.
No.
Right.
I've been
It's
caught
kind
up
of
in
hard
things.
to
I understand.
He's been tied up all week.
No. So,
I've been tied up. Come on.
also personally, I need to see the Cypher Mages about all this. Like pointing to all the runes. I need to see.
Ah,
them.
your
Are you
tattoos.
sure
Yes.
it's
Okay.
Yeah, tattoos. Yeah, that's what they are.
Your glowing shifting tattoos.
But also if, like,
I'm just being an asshole.
yeah, if there's any magical assistance we may have to find out what that is, like, has anyone looked at it in the 5 days? We've been like, how long had it been there before we actually got here?
It's been there at least a month.
Because surely we're not the only people who are curious as hell. About
Oh, there are
what
people
this
curious,
is.
but how many
Oh, I
people
had a bad
actually have
comment for that
ability to investigate and affect it in a pirate city?
That's right. So, so what's like?
Let's see. We'll
I'm-
get a slingshot and we'll fly someone up there and see what happens.
I'm wondering what the
That's
cost is
closer
for.
to their
I'm wondering what
skill
the
set.
cost is for a fly spell.
Well, he says, has anyone
we
seen
just
that
get a
dot in the
kite?
sky yet? And my thought was, yeah, Lily has for 5 days she was on her back.
Strap a goblin to it. Right up there.
She was indoors. Thank you very much.
It's a window!
I was
Because I
thinking
mean, like,
live.
the investigation's like
In the
Oh.
bathroom.
over the
Really
course of the
nice.
week, it would be like just sneaking out to go take a look. It's like, how high is it? Is it like just above the arch? Is it like a mile up? Is it like, do we know? Does it
Okay.
cover clouds? Does it go away in clouds? Like the things you'd work out from an observation, right?
Yep.
Get an
And-
estimation of how high it is.
And also just discreetly asking the customers who come through, like, oh, so news in here,
Is it
big,
growing
big
or
thing in the
shrinking?
sky. Any what are the rumors about that at the moment? And hear all sorts of crazy crap. But sift through that to see if anything's, or if they can point to people who are investigating it.
Okay, so
Sure.
most people in town refer to it as Blakey's Shadow, or simply
Blake?
the Blot.
Blakey's shadow.
Yep.
Blakey.
Really? That's something for you to learn.
Find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because someone tells you what they call it doesn't mean they explain it.
No, but does mean we can ask.
Okay, the next thing you find out is it appeared in Riddleport about a month before you arrived. It has remained in the sky ever since. It has changed size, shape, and even disappeared intermittently, but it always returned after several hours.
Okay.
Ah, it's a solar eclipse. Got it.
To the same position.
Yep. And the Overlord of Riddleport, they don't have a mayor, they have an Overlord. Just so you have some idea of what level of legality it is. Has offered a 50 gold reward to anyone who can determine what the blot is and if it possesses a threat to the city. And there are a lot of people trying, and no one's actually managed to claim the money yet.
Good. Okay, so do we find out any of the people who are trying?
Cypher mages are trying.
Okay. And this Hell Knight contingent we came with is trying?
The Helmet contingent just showed up with you, so they've only been here for about a week now as well. But as far as people know, there's just a ship with a couple of Helmets on it in the cove. And a lot of extra influx of people in the city and red cloaks all around the dockway.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. So the only people we know, the only group we know of that's actively investigating is the Cypher Mages.
Everyone else who's investigating it has, kept it quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so asking the locals in the tavern has got you a few extra things. A local Cypher mage and stargazer named Gentis Blakely first noticed the blot before it was visible to the naked eye. He called it an atmospheric shadow, and it was subsequently named for him as it became more visible.
Right.
He also hates Parry with a passion.
Oh, wonderful.
And basically...
but why? Parry's awesome.
He's called it Parry's Curse occasionally as well.
He's called the Shadow Parry's Curse.
Occasionally, yes.
What did you do?
I did nothing.
What
I
were you
feel
supposed to do that you did nothing?
Who did you do?
I feel like Lily was
That's
like
a better
some-
question.
Yeah. I feel like Lily was some in-between spat between them, and he got Lily and this one.
Well, this was a
Why
month
didn't-
before I showed up, thank you very much. I have no clue what the hell's going on.
My money's on daughter. Sister.
Brother.
Wife.
Brother.
Wife.
Oh, shit.
All three.
And so, for your benefit, what you remember of him was he was a colleague of yours, but you never really paid attention to him.
Yeah.
You didn't really know him that well.
Yeah.
So anything, the fact that you know nothing about why he hates you is completely in character.
Yeah. I always know him as that kid in the corner.
Something to do with being gone for 3 years, I'm guessing.
Oh no, it's also while you were here 3 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to pick him out of a lineup.
So you're one of the popular kids and he was the nerd.
Yeah!
And you guys picked on him.
Seriously, that guy was popular.
Well, wizards, you know.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, among wizards.
I mean, his spells are pretty good.
Okay, so other things that you did
Just
find out
quickly,
while
yep.
asking about what people have done, because you were interested in what was called Blakey's Shadow,
Yeah.
is Blakey flew up to investigate the eerie shadow blot about a week after it appeared, and reported that the interior was strangely cold, but the blot itself seemed no different than a regular cloud, apart from its unusual colour.
It's just a thunderstorm.
See,
Okay. So someone has actually flown into it. Okay, cool.
Yep. And it was not long after that he called it Parry's Curse.
the spot.
Basically, it's something that's there and it's annoying and you can't figure it out.
Okay.
Sort of along those lines, but he didn't really quite explain it to anyone.
Ah.
The area underneath.
It's good to know that your childhood education has served you well.
And the last thing you did hear about him was he left town about a week ago, apparently heading to Magnamar.
Alright, so a week
No,
before
fine.
we
No,
arrived.
no,
Yep. So he was technically Magnamar when you were,
Yeah.
expectedly, depending on how long it took him to get there.
Here.
So Gentis is not here.
No.
Okay.
So the area under the plot,
Yep.
is it darker than...
No.
No?
Doesn't provide any shadow whatsoever, no matter how thick or thin it becomes.
So weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and that's what basically because you mentioned Mike asked some questions about the blood, and that was from the knowledge of people who have actually done stuff. Now, to get other bits of information, there are different things you can learn. You actually have to go out and do stuff.
Yep. And now that we've got some
And then you've got some spare time, you can
But-
actually go out and do it. So, you all know that you've been warned that travelling in Riddleport, single or in pairs, is basically saying, shoot me.
So we're all going to trundle around together.
And
And there's only 5 of us.
most people travel in groups. Well, there's 6.
Oh, yeah, 6 of us. We can do that.
7 technically with Poppy.
Group/gangs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, 7 technically with what?
Poppy.
Puppy, yeah.
Right, yep,
So
sure.
Poppy does have an incontinence issue still.
What?
He peed on Grohl last session.
Yeah.
He likes being on Grohl apparently.
Yeah, that's not an incontinence issue, that's a discipline issue.
No.
Tell
I
Doozer that.
literally told Puppy to do it.
Say again?
I
Doozer
told Puppy to ping where he was, and that just happened to be next to Kroll.
Yeah, no, it's a discipline issue with the ranger, not the wolf.
Stop being weird, puppy peas. Bad ranger. Bad ranger.
Exactly.
I would take him out for normal toilet breaks, but we're in the middle of getting attacked, so I'm just like, go there. There are times and places to do it properly, and that wasn't the time and place.
Thanks, but your ally is. Love it.
Yes.
So, groups of 3 or
Next
one
time
group
you're
of
bleeding
6?
out, I'll go, oh, sorry, there's a time and place for this, and I'll go somewhere else.
You very much should.
I think a group of 6, based on what our employer's been saying on the street.
At the moment, yeah, I would say a group of 6.
Yeah.
It's not like we want to split up to get particular things done. We don't know anything about it yet.
Yeah.
So let's be the group of 6 that's been all talked up, and move on accordingly.
You know the tough people around the town, they're going to have a go. Just to see if they can't get a bit of a rep out of it.
And someone will get rep out of it.
Yes, I will. I mean, yes.
That's fine. And look, even though Zed's being a bit of a psycho bitch at the moment, she's still very disciplined, getting up early, doing the stretching and the weapon work, and practicing throwing stuff and shooting crossbows at that spinning wheel, because that looks amazingly fun to shoot at.
Especially while someone's on it.
Yeah.
Who's volunteering?
Harry.
The quest turned his hand down like, don't throw me under this bus.
But so,
Look at it this way. Perry's been tied up all week. He doesn't want to be tied up again.
but yeah, like totally fine with doing that, and he's actually getting a bit more practice with like a crossbow instead of the normal short bow that you used to see it with.
Could we have sent someone to the shop?
You could have sent someone to the shop to get stuff for you.
Do
There are many.
you know what's going to happen if we send any of the
what do we call
fools to the
themselves
shops?
again?
So say again.
The bros.
Yeah, let's not
Yeah.
send the bros to the shop.
So what were they called again? Em?
Percy.
Which ones?
The Orc Bro guards.
Percy's.
Oh,
Percy.
The
Percy's.
Percy's.
I forgot to note down what they were called, so I'm just making sure I've got it noted down.
The Percys will
Yeah,
run the shops for us.
the Percy's.
Yeah.
I'm not sending them to the blacksmith with specific instructions.
Yeah. In all honesty, I'd be asking the bard. She may take a hell of
So
a commission. but I'd be
the
asking
Percys
bard.
are more than happy to do you a solid deal.
Yeah.
Even happy to arm punch you as they do it. More than happy to help you out, and you go. Yeah, I took that.
Take this note to the blacksmith or Fletcher.
Is it secret?
No, you can read it.
I
Can you read it?
He looks at you. Let's read.
You can read it. What is it? Magic
can
that
look
it makes
at
me
it.
makes me able to
Okay.
read.
He just holds it up.
Now you can take it to Fletcher.
Okay. And he goes off.
I was waiting for the next question.
Does he go to the Fletcher?
You got no idea.
There's a guy around the
But
corner.
he's gone for at least 2 days.
Oh, wow.
There's a guy across town called Fletcher. Put it to him.
Right.
You have a feeling he's going around saying, "Are you Fletcher?"
Alright, cool. Well, that's all I can do.
But you know he's enthusiastic.
Doesn't make it better.
And when he comes back, I'll buy him a beer at a quarter of the rate.
He thinks you're a great bro.
Bro.
Yep.
Bro.
Cool.
Dude, bro.
Thank you.
Dude, bro.
He said he did you a solid.
Yep, you did.
It's the start of a bromance.
Yeah, he said he finally found Fletcher, and he gave him the note, and then he left.
So he found a guy called Fletcher.
Wow.
Cool. Thank you.
All good. Happy to help.
Yep.
Next time, just let me know, and I'll do it again.
Will do.
There needs to be a specialist orc trading post in town where the guy's name is Blacksmith and Fletcher, because it's the only place that the orcs can get anything done.
I'm more concerned about the following day, the town cry going, "Man called Fletcher murdered! Man called Fletcher murdered!"
Alright. So, do we have a plan for who we want to go see when we're in town, or are we just going to spend like a few hours generally getting a feel for the place outside of the Gold Goblin?
We can do that. I would recommend that we go and have a chat with the Wizards Guild, and I'd like to know why this guy left quite so hurriedly after he's flown up to this thing in the sky.
Alright.
Seems disturbing to me
Sure.
that he would leave so quickly.
Yeah, maybe the cipher mages might know why.
Would we have been able to get a layout of the town and...
Yep, you roughly
Like
know what
his
the layout
post
of the town
office.
is, especially from Parry, because Parry, this is his hometown.
Yep. So is there a library and a post office?
Let me just check if I go to the section on Riddleport, City of Ciphers.
Next question.
So,
Breaking
basically you
post
have
Hey.
the... So I'll read out the
Next
different
section, sorry, post office.
areas that they have described. So these are the things that Parry knows well. You have the Cipher Gate. The gate that has all these runes across the harbour, and for the first time in recorded history, one of them is glowing.
Wrath!
Yep.
I mean...
Okay,
that's
so
ominous already.
Riddleport Harbour, the place underneath the bridge with the glowing rune. Then the inner harbour is considered the section inside. Let me see if I can actually look at my map to make sure I've got the right locations as it's describing. It's so useful it hasn't actually given me a map with the descriptors. Let's see if I actually have an earlier map that I can refer to.
I thought you had one up last week.
I probably do, but it's whether or not the numbers match. Okay, Riddleport.
Next question was, can we rob the post office? Get the mail, see who's talking about it.
That seems like a lot of effort.
Okay.
As long as we're not trying to use the post office, because there's rules about us trying to contact the outside world.
Yep. That is one of the
Mandates.
was not to communicate with the Pathfinder Society until you do it in person.
Don't even mention it.
Are we allowed to talk to other people?
Well, you're allowed to talk to whoever you like, but if you break your cover here,
Ixnay on the society say.
Send a message to my family. Well, see if I could send a message to my family.
the dead ones or the live ones.
We'll find out.
Yeah, it's a different spell, whichever way you do it.
Okay, so yeah, you got the inner harbour. You got something called the Balashu Ferry, and it's basically a way of getting across the main river that Riddleport is built on. We've got the River District, which is a stomping ground of those who like to drink and be the kicking crew on most ships. So it's full of many a pirate. So if you want to find someone who will stab someone else for a copper, that's where you go.
That's where you go.
That's where I go. Why would I go there?
No, that's where you go. We go to you for someone who stabs someone for a copper.
Oh, only certain people.
Yeah, others you do for free.
That's okay. He'll pay you a copper
Certain
for him to
people
stab someone for you.
Certain people in one particular.
So here's my copper who told me to stab.
It's
And they have the Publican House, which is the Temple of Caden Killian.
Alright.
It's known as the Publican House.
The drunken deity.
Yeah, got the block and travellers?
It is considered the best pub in the city.
Sure.
Mainly because no matter what happens, no one can sour the drinks.
Yeah, that too. But I'm actually guessing it's probably one of the safest because Caden Killian's like the nice guy.
It's not one of the safest.
But well, it's got to be. I mean, you've got clerics on hand in the pub.
Yeah, and he's a good god, so...
Doesn't help if you're dead by the time you get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, that's the problem with all the other pubs. The other pubs you're dead before you hit the floor. This one at least you got a chance.
And he has been known to throw people out who cause trouble in town.
What, he personally or the publican owner?
The publican owner.
Just checking.
In the name of Caden.
Sure.
So he's considered a nice guy to nice people. And if you don't come across as a nice person, out you go.
Yep.
So people have learned over the years to be.
Yep. Nice.
Then you have the Windward District, which is where a lot of wooden buildings are built.
Okay.
Sorry, say again?
The Windward District, which has the strongest wind flow through it, That's why it's called the Windwood District, and it's all made out of wood. It's also
Wind
called.
wood.
I was going to ask if that was where all the elves were, but never mind.
It's also called Kindle Town to some of the other people who live there,
Yeah.
because it just takes one spark and the whole thing's gone.
History bursting.
And I'm assuming that's happened before,
Yes.
hence the name.
More
And
than
they
once.
rebuild it again with wood.
Yes.
It's the Windy City.
The three little pigs had more sense.
And most of the wood that it's made out of is made from wrecked ships.
Yeah.
See, that's very cool. I'm actually, but I can see a forest as well. So I mean,
There is a forest, but
do they build ships here?
The
as well?
forest is through a mountain pass, and the other thing is the forest has been. A lot of people are told not to cut down trees in the forest.
Wait,
The forest doesn't
The
like
foresters. It's their job,
it. Ah.
and they sell it sparingly at high prices.
Okay, right. Okay, so they do sell it. Like,
They do sell it.
The forest isn't like the name.
It's
of
actually
some
cheaper
pixie
to basically
druid
go
or
to
something.
the wrecked ships, strip them, and use them as cladding than it
So-
is to actually buy real wood.
Yeah, and look, that makes sense.
But yeah, like Chicago, London.
Yeah, yeah.
I burnt down multiple times, and we just keep building the same shit.
Earthquake.
Okay, so the magic guild here is called the Cipher Lodge, and that is where Parry is worked under Elias Tamahawk, the wizard who is the current speaker for the place.
Who was it again? Elias.
Elias Tamahawk.
Tamohawk.
He's a Shoanti.
Nice.
He also likes to do Summon Fist as his favourite spell.
Yep.
And Parry has never seen a buffer mage than him.
I know
A
this.
tankier mage than you!
So this is where you got your idea that mages can have muscles, because he is it's very hard pressed to find someone who can beat him in an arm wrestling competition, except for the gnome.
Duza, do you want another challenge?
No, not
Yeah,
right
you
now.
couldn't beat the
No,
gnome,
it
take on the
it
wizard.
Sounds like Armstrong from Full Metal.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too.
Yeah.
And so he does walk around basically with a loincloth and basically like the almost like a vest, showing off his muscles most of the time. And
Does he have sparkles? Does he make dancing lights with sparkles? Please say yes.
no,
not-
but he
no.
always looks greased up. He always shimmers when he walks.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Mr. Feathers.
Perfect.
I'll definitely say I'm not as buff as him. I'm stronger in other ways.
Yeah.
But he does seem to have the equivalent of 20 strength. So
crap.
It's got what?
20 strength.
Yeah, Duza, do I hear an arm wrestling competition again?
And he's the head mage.
Yeah.
Just so you got an idea of the quality of mage here.
So besides just generally wandering
The
around
apple
and getting a
fall
feel,
far from the tree on that one, okay? My strength is 10.
so besides just wandering around getting a feel for the place, is that pretty much the only solid lead we've got at the moment?
I'll go through the rest of them.
Okay.
So you got the Wharf District, which is basically on the near the docklands, but this is where all the storage of all goods go. They don't trust the docklands for storage of anything, because that's where the sailors go. And sailors are not good at, not thieving things. So most sailors are prohibited from the docklands unless they're delivering or
Yep.
taking cargo under...
Filthy pirates.
yeah.
Filthy
pirates,
wizards.
And the Gold Goblin Gambling Hall is one of the highest profile gambling places here that even Parry knew before he arrived.
Nice.
Though Sol is a recent owner.
Till we find out what happened to the last one.
And the main competition of the Gold Goblin is Zinch's Arena.
Zinch's Arena.
Yep, it's in the Wharf District. And it is a gladiatorial pit for anyone to bet on. So you basically go in and bet. Very few people actually go into the arena because very few people in the arena ever come out.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And, yeah, the previous owners of the Goblin retired.
So basically, most of the arena members are slaves, criminals, convicts, Shanghais. They're not expected to live because they basically fight until they die.
I'm just saying the link out there, but do we know where Angvar works? Like, does he just work for the direct competition? Or does he work for
Angvar
someone
is
else?
basically a street game.
Angbar is a street gang.
He's the head of a street.
Street gang, okay.
So anywhere in the city is his turf as far as most people are concerned because he gets kicked out of everywhere he's in.
Alright, cool.
He's that sort of street gang. It's like, you're in our district today, get out.
So, just putting logic together, he may have been hired by Zinch's Arena, but he's not like a permanent staffer. Or he could be operating by himself because it was just a score.
Yeah, no. The owner of the Goblin used to be a gang member, and now none of the gangers like him because he went legit.
Well, why don't we ask?
And so the next major place here is the Gas Forges, which is the dwarven conglomerate that basically is the biggest money maker of the city that the city's ever had. So, from the perspective of commerce, no one messes with the gas forges.
What do they?
What do they make? What's the?
Poisonous and burning gas.
Ah.
So
like sulfur or something.
They don't explain what they make, but they do export most of it.
I guess the question is, like, what do they use it for?
And they also a smelter, and they basically they have all these other things that they do, and they manage to also know for their production of gas that they export.
Okay. But yeah, and honestly curious, Zed just to mining gas.
Most characters don't
Never
have any idea in the city what that actually means.
Yeah. Might ask
Or how it's used.
somewhere.
And most of the dwarves don't tell anyone exactly what it's used for, and it normally gets shipped to dwarves.
Okay.
Whoa, Yuki!
I think you have a grumbly stomach over there.
I wasn't expecting that to be so loud. I'm finally. She's like been standing at the door for 10 minutes, and I've had it open, and she wouldn't come in, and now she just did.
Should
She was trying to make noise.
Should we get Josh to call out and see what happens?
Hey, Yuki.
Oh, she looked up.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Hey, Yuki.
Who's that, Yuki? No, he's not out there.
And every dwarf working in the gas forges has the clan daggers from Jengahoff.
Ah, nice.
Cool.
So you have an idea of where their allegiances lie. But for most people, you don't recognise that unless you're actually from Jengahoff.
Wouldn't we be able to ask?
Which means Willie could point out to you once you meet them, but that's just saying so your characters have some link to how you can identify to them.
Does Surly Dwarf have any?
Surly Dwarf doesn't talk about other dwarfs,
Right.
and his main conversation is unless he really needs to talk to you, he will then slow it down and tell you in really loud, yelly voice what he wants you to do.
Northern Irishman.
Wouldn't Saul have more intel on gang relations, seeing he used to be a ganger?
Possibly, but he hasn't been around a lot while you've been doing stuff. He's been busy gallivanting around.
Talking us up.
And so the next section that most of you will want to visit at some point is Rock Cut District. It's where the best pubs in the land are supposed to be because they're the cheapest.
Sure.
So you can get drunk on a couple of coppers here.
And poison at the same time?
Absolutely off your face on a couple of coppers.
Yeah, but what are you drinking, though?
I'm just going to point out, I've been down that road twice. I am not.
And
Gonna do that again.
your biggest drinking buddies here will be orcs and goblins. There's not one orc or goblin who will refuse anything that is sold there because for them it's nectar of the gods.
Orcish shortcut idea.
So all the bros will tell you that that's their favorite drinking hole when they want to disappear for weeks on end.
Right.
Because they can literally disappear for weeks on end drinking.
Yeah, so once they've made a handful of coppers, they go spend it all in a couple of weeks.
Well, once they earn up the equivalent of a gold, they go there for a week or more.
Yep. It's vacation.
That'll.
Well, it takes them that long to get through the gold. Counting all the coppers they've lost because they were too drunk to figure out what was going on.
They must have very good con saving throws.
What is it? Gold's 1,000 copper pieces?
Yes.
Yeah.
On 100 copper pieces.
Mm.
So the next thing to keep in mind here is there's a church called St. Casparian's Mission.
Mm-hmm.
and it is a temple to Sarenrae, which is unusual because Sarenrae is not one of the Varisian pantheon.
No.
So most of you have not heard or talked much about Sarenrae in your studies.
Except for the fact that we had a...
Nope.
Huh?
Oh, no, she wasn't
Fireball.
correct. Sorry,
Oh.
she was of the other one.
Yes.
Yep, gotcha. So guess what?
But so for most of you, this is something news from Kari, that there is a temple here to Sarenrae. Not that there's a temple to Sarenrae anywhere else that you've heard of in Varisia. Why is it in Riverport?
Would I be able to make a religion roll about Sarenrae and what they do?
You could, but we'll get to that when you have more intel
Yep.
on it. So there's the Riddleport Light, which is their lighthouse, and it is run by a guy called Gebdebiah Crix, who's supposed to be a spell slinger of renown, but is also supposed to be extremely mad at the same time. So it's
Angry
hard
mad or
no, as in touched.
Right.
People say it's because of what he uses his magic for, but no one wants to ask him what he uses his magic for because sometimes he kills the people who ask what does he use his magic for.
No, I don't want to use his magic.
He uses his magic to kill them.
Be a funny story.
It would be.
very, very short story, but yeah,
For someone.
for someone.
Object lesson.
And he's also been had the Overlord has tried to evict him from the lighthouse on multiple occasions, and each occasion he's had to apologise afterwards. And the Overlord apologising is so rare that everyone knows don't mess with the sorcerer.
But so, does the lighthouse actually work?
Yes,
Why evicted?
Yeah, why evict you?
because sometimes it doesn't.
So he wants to install someone more reliable,
No, he wants to be in control of it.
so that it only doesn't work when he doesn't want it to?
Yes, there you've got it.
Okay,
So when the right people don't pay, they don't get a lighthouse.
gotcha.
Then you have the Leeward District. It's basically one of the most protected sides and sheltered sides of the city. Most of the buildings here are made in stone. So, this is where people live who actually have money in town.
Right.
So any criminal element of value will invest in accommodations here.
Okay.
But anyone who steals from this region is pretty much summarily hunted down by every criminal organization of the city.
Gotcha. Because we can't have that.
Well, look at it this way. If the place every criminal aspires to is over there and someone steals from over there, then obviously you have fucked up.
Yeah. And the Gold Goblin was in the Wharf District.
It is in the Wharf District. Okay, so the next place of note is the House of Silken Veal. And it's the veal as in V-E-I-L, not the veal as in young tender. But you could probably take it as
Vale.
both ways. Yeah, Vale.
Vale. Right,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Gotcha.
But because there's no A in the word, I normally do it as
Sure.
veal.
And what's the House of Silken Vale for?
It is basically a temple of Calistria.
Finally! A remnant of civilization.
And basically is a center of one of the criminal organizations.
Yep. What?
The Gas Forges is another center of one of the criminal organizations, as is the Cipher Mages.
Yep.
What? Really?
See,
Yes.
I get the feeling that every organization has a few criminals in it.
No, it's not has a few. Any organization here is a criminal
Every
organization.
organisation is a
Criminal
front.
according to who?
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, what are the laws they're breaking?
Exactly.
They're breaking the laws.
If
of the
you're
other
not breaking the
organisations.
law, they're not an organization. That's
Right.
as simple as
Yeah,
matter is.
I think there's a different definition of criminal in this place.
So in this place, anyone who's not breaking the law is basically not there for
A
the very
tourist.
long.
It's a
Yeah.
big
Yeah. So there's another place called the Fishbowl, which is a structure open to the air and has a saltwater pool in the center. and is dedicated to a goddess called Besmara.
Is that one of the
Oh,
Pantheon
yeah.
gods?
That is the piracy god. So it's not one of the Varusian gods again, it's the god of pirates.
Yep.
Which is also a odd thing for a lot of people to go, there's gods here that no one else follows.
Not finding that weird at all.
Yeah, Port City.
And there is an
Yeah.
in-tavern called Mystery of the Gate.
Mystery of the Gate.
It's one of the biggest tourist traps of the town. Harry knows this place like the back of his, lost wallet. Because anyone who goes in there is guaranteed to lose something, if not sanity, potentially money, or just hours on end of mind-numbingness boredom of things that have absolutely no relevance in life. But that's from the perspective of someone who grew up here.
We should send the pit.
Everyone else might be, oh, that's interesting. Oh, tell me more about that lore, as they spout to you many
That's bullshit.
hours of lore. Of course, it all sounds terrifically accurate. You have no idea what is accurate or not. Most locals don't go there.
We should send the
No, I
Percy's
get it.
there because they can't lose any more brain cells.
And there is the Parry points out a place known as Limas's Smeald's townhouse. The reason this townhouse is well known is anyone who needs money goes there.
Right.
Umasa's Smeald
What?
Townhouse.
Townhouse.
You know, the Percy's might pick up some lost brain cells if they won't.
So he's the Shylock, loan shark of the town.
He pretty much owns most of the town, or pretty much most of the town owe him. So he's the one who collects on all debts.
Yep.
And he buys debts from people as well.
Yeah.
And if you sell him a shonky debt, he then basically sends things after you.
Yeah. It's a good racket.
And then there is Zinch's Tenement, which is a 5-story. I would love to say building, but building is very much something it aspires to. And this is where people live when they have no choice of where to live.
Is this? Sorry, was it Zinch's arena?
Tenement.
No, but the arena was Zinch's as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Zinch
Same guy.
Same guy.
All right.
So it's like a crack den.
And if you fail to pay in that place, you join the gladiator.
Yeah. Steady stream.
Yeah. And if you don't lock your door properly or soundly and have a look out, you might end up in the arena. And if you look like you're a good fighter and you stay there, you might end up in the arena. Or if you fall asleep near the place, you might end up in the arena.
Or if you're traveling alone, yeah,
The arena industrial
within
complex.
reach of the place. Yeah, gotcha. Shwink.
And there is another place that you're told about is Boss Croat's compound.
Boss Croat's compound.
Yes, the best half walk of the city.
When they say compound,
It is literally a fortress.
Yep.
It has the best drugs of the city.
Oh.
No one else
Ah,
can
sounds
compete
like
on
a-
the drug trade.
Sounds like a fun time.
And any of his staff that even so much as consider trying the product
Sorry.
end up in the arena with broken legs.
Understandable.
Yeah.
And the other person basically a reach weapon.
I hear you.
So it's been known, don't mess with the boss, as he likes to call himself.
The boss.
Yep.
Then you have a nice place called the River Runner. A little rundown, but it's where you go when you want to buy or sell things that no one else is to know about.
like
That's your black market trade.
Whatever you want to buy or sell, whatever you buy and sell there is not discussed anywhere outside of that building.
Right.
That's where you go to buy and sell.
Does that happen to be part of my faction, or
You have no idea because they don't really talk about it. Parry knows it. Parry just knows it's the place where you go when you want to be discreet. And you never really meet who you're talking to,
Sorry.
and they never really meet you either.
Everyone does
You
some
know what
behind
discreet?
curtains or something.
Yes, I do. And in the military district, which is called the Devil's Fork,
Okay.
City is bigger.
is basically the right-hand man
Any
of
city just use
the Overlord, is Anton Murcher. He breaks people's legs for a living. He will do it with his hands if he has to. But he has a stick he calls leg breaker.
Okay.
People think it's magic because of the amount of legs he's broken with it. It's probably become magical just from that, the blood soaking its hand. And you have an island nearby called Maskia Island, named after the first pirate captain who became the Overlord of Riddleport, and it is where the Overlord lives. You don't go there unless it's by invitation from the Overlord. Anyone else who goes there never leaves.
We should go there.
Does the invitation come with armed guards?
Yes.
Alright. And handcuffs?
Sometimes.
All that only when they're trying to make Parry feel comfortable.
You have the Free Coin District, which is where a lot of the gambling places are also located. So the low-end gambling is all in the Free Coin District. They call it Free Coin because you walk in and free yourself of coins.
Yep.
That's where that name comes from. Goblins love that area. It is the biggest population of goblins outside of Rockgut.
Okay.
They're the super goblins. Who then go to the Rockgut with the coins they've made.
And free themselves a coin.
And then they go back again to get more coins. So it's basically a big influx between them. And then you have Lubbertown, which is outside, one of the few places outside the district. And it has its own group of thugs who look after themselves. This is roughly where the wizard who you've known hangs out most.
Oh, this is with the street gang man.
Because they beat him up the least. Then you have the dead center of town, the city mortuary. Which has sections dedicated to Caden, Callistra, and Besmara.
Yeah.
And they're the only 3 religious icons on the gate.
Why is it in the middle of town?
Well, it's the dead center of town, so no matter where it is in town, it's the dead center of town.
I guess the question is, normally a cemetery is on the outskirts so it can expand out.
Yep.
It's like, and I'm just curious.
Well,
like,
the
logic.
The cemetery never fills up.
Why not?
Well, they're only there for a short time.
Why?
Because then you use the parts.
It's a pirate town.
Yes. Well, pirates don't eat the dead.
Oh, they don't eat the dead, but people pay for parts.
It's reliquary.
Everything's a commodity here.
And it's
You
actually not an uncommon thing.
Well, they get up and join the
Like
workforce.
used to
There's
be
that
a
too.
bit where you're only in the cemetery for a couple of years until the people you knew you passed on. You get dug up and you get put in the catacombs and
That's
filed
it.
away by body part.
That was normally, that's actually really recent. What they normally did was they would dig a hole and then they would dig some more and bury until there was like 6 coffins
On top of each other.
and then a flood would come through. All the coffins would be out, and then all right, well now we can
start
dig
again.
deeper and start again. It happened in Europe a lot.
Okay, so the city mortuary is where the people who can afford to be buried are, and there is this huge ground outside called the burying ground, because of wording.
Yeah.
Burying ground is specific, and that's basically where random people are buried.
Right, yeah.
It's the random burial grounds.
Yep.
But of course, there's also random empty plots all over there as well.
And I'd be expecting the Besmarans to be buried at sea. Pirates.
And there is a section known as the Boneyard Cut.
Well, a section of the mortuary.
Yep. And it's basically where all the trash of the city is burned.
Bodies.
Anything and everything is burnt there.
Trash compactor.
And then you have the section known as the Boneyard, which is where the dead ships have been...
Sorry, what was the... I thought you said the boneyard was where the trash was burnt.
The Boneyard Cut.
Oh, boneyard cart.
Yeah, cut.
Cut.
C-U-T. And then you got a place called the Boneyard, which is where the main city dump is, and where all the dead ships have been tossed, where people then go and ransack for parts for their buildings.
Gotcha.
And that is the big crux of what the city is.
Okay.
And by the way, this is what stands outside the Gold Goblin.
Oh, the statue.
It's an actual gold goblin.
Painted, I'm assuming.
No, it's not painted. It's an actual gold goblin.
Quest has a bit. He's
How
been
big is
practicing.
it?
It is probably about this big,
Like
and it's
ice.
made out of shiny brass.
Brass. Okay.
And it's still considered valuable-ish, but it's too heavy for most people to pick up and walk off with.
Yeah. Quest has been practicing a bit, where he uses how to disguise to make him look like that. He stands in the gambling hall, pretending to be a living statue.
And people come and talk to you and ask you questions, and rub your belly.
Yep. Then he
For
slaps
luck.
them.
And most people are happy that you interact with them.
Yeah.
Some people poke your nose and go,
And other people are a bit too drunk
and some people try to pick you up and walk off with you.
because you're much lighter than brass. It's when you whistle for a Percy.
Percy, dear. Be a bro.
Most persons who come up,
The statue's talking, Percy.
and the person goes, I think you had too much to drink, bro. Put you back where you were, pat you on the head, then goes back to beating up the person who carried you off.
Stop talking, statue. Smack.
Be a good statue and stand there.
Alright. So, with all that information, do we have any other changes of plans besides going to see Cypher Mages to find out what they know and what happened to your guy?
I would imagine that the Mad Wizard might not be a bad place to go and have a chat.
I wouldn't mind a bit more information about him.
Yeah, before we turn up and
before
go.
we turn up and get incinerated. Yeah.
Well, he does have a habit of incinerating anyone who turns up. That's his favourite thing. Oh, so there's the map after all that.
Yeah, tell you what, I like what you're thinking. Like that immediately strikes me as a yeah. However,
Yeah, bit of information before we turn up for the back.
Look, out of that list, the Real Port Light, yep. Temple of Callistria, yep.
I'm gonna head up early tomorrow.
You gonna head up early? Yep.
Just because I got a long drive tomorrow and I'm pretty exhausted from work.
All good.
The River Runner for the black market trade, just in general.
But you don't have to convince me, you have to convince the group.
Yeah, no, I'm just listing out the
Listing
things that
the
like,
ones you're
Go
interested
stop
in.
Harry
Cypher
Brooks,
Mages.
but I think Cypher Mage is still a start.
Yep.
Yes.
As a general rule, Zed wants to check out all the different temples, because they're cool and weird and divine inspiration. It sounds awesome. But yeah, Cypher Mages first. I think is the most logical step.
Yep.
Oh, any objections?
No.
Nope.
Harry, lead the way.
That's a bad statement to say, but anyway, let's go.
Okay, I'll get a description of the place out as you go into the depths. How bad can it be?
Well, Parry's leading, so pretty bad.
Okay, so this grand structure of stone and timber sits perched upon a lonely crag, nestled against the very slope of the mountain, and provides a panoramic view of both the gulf and the city. More importantly, its three wings look directly over the Cypher Gate.
Nice.
And over the front of the building is the words Order of Ciphers.
Sure. In common, I'm guessing.
In common.
Now,
It
what
would
do we
have to
know
be in
about-
common because very few other people would speak other things.
What do we know about the Cypher?
When did that happen?
That's what you know about the Cypher Mages, Parry.
They're male sluts
200
who like to wear ball gags and gimp masks.
I did 6.5 hours of work.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm comfortable
We
going
will
in.
work on that.
Yeah, yeah. What's that smell? What the hell?
Sorry.
So do we need introductions, or are we okay to come in as guests? Actually, what's your reputation like here? Can we actually go in here?
It's been 3 years since you've made yourself known to them.
Yes. So I want to see how much they remember. So I walk up. Go, hello.
With everyone. Entourage, come!
No, well, sure, yes.
Okay, so you actually have to knock at the door because you don't like have a key. You can't remember where you left your key last.
It's on a boat somewhere, probably. One of the
Well,
15 different boats we've been on.
Yeah, yeah.
last time you saw the key was more than 3 years ago. Before you went to the Pathfinder Society.
Oh, so it's somewhere in the town.
Maybe. Could have gone anywhere.
Cool.
You might even have lost it before you left.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, door opens and you see a little girl looking up at you. Hello.
It's a no from me. But anyway, moving on.
Who are
Hello.
you? You're big.
I am very big, yes.
What do you want?
My name is Parry.
She yells out, does anyone here know a Parry? You hear a groan from one of the rooms. Yes.
Music to my ears.
Perfect. Oh no, Parry's reputation is...
Preceding him.
Exactly.
Okay.
I know exactly what I'm like around here.
So you see a guy coming out. He looks dressed in the latest fashions. If spending lots of money on clothing is considered fashionable, he looks like he spent more money on clothing than the rest of you have seen in your life so far.
Okay.
In just what he's wearing in front of you.
But I assume it's garish crap.
Oh no, it doesn't look garish at all.
Really?
It looks really nice. It has
Why do you think Parry's so flamboyant?
runes in the clothing that are glowing. It has
Becoming more and more masculine.
It looks like it's made out of silk, felt, and various other material you may not even heard of.
Okay.
And it looks like it's like almost like a three-piece sort of suit style level of Renaissance foppery.
Renaissance garb.
And I'm basically dressed like a beggar, so
Yeah.
okay.
Well, all of us have otherwise been deliberately dirtied up.
Yeah.
and he's got a staff with what appears to be a glowing rune suspended above the top of it as a walking stick.
Does it look like any of the runes that are wandering around his body?
Yep.
Hey, I've seen that before.
I read it.
Doesn't seem familiar.
So it's not actually a legitimate part of the alphabet.
You don't know all the alphabet.
It's like it's
Unless,
joke
of course, we
or-
want to discard the rule that I put in there about saying that you can learn more than just basic language.
Okay.
Because we had started that early on. You can get more. You're basically a basic reader of the language, and that's it. You're not considered an expert in the language.
I don't remember this. I remember
Because
rank 1 was reading or writing.
Yes.
Rank 2 was reading and writing.
Yes.
Rank 3 was advanced reading and writing. And rank 4 was, oh my god, you're the architect of the Matrix, and you can speak the language, and
architect of
people
the
can't even.
Matrix.
And even
Which
though.
means there are obscure runes that aren't in the common language.
Okay.
It's like Chinese. There's 26 different languages of Chinese.
No, I was thinking about those people who get like a Chinese,
Thing of soup when they think it's courage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And the thing is, he may even have something similar to that, but the thing is, you have no idea if
Yeah,
he's
we would
created
know.
it or if it's an actual rune.
Yeah.
The thing
Yes,
is,
the
you
rune
don't
of
actually
soup.
know.
Yeah.
You're covered in
But I do go. I recognise
rune-
that.
The rune
It's on
of
him.
Stupid foreigner. Yeah. That's,
the
And
rune
he's-
of tourism. Ah, I see.
And he looks at, so he says, so I see you moved up in the world, Parry, he says, looking at you, up and down. In your obviously fine garb, he says.
I wear the finest of garb.
This is all the fashion back in Absalom. No, where
Shut
did
up,
we just
West.
come from? Magnamar.
Magnamar.
Tired of fashioning Magnamar.
He says, oh, look, you've got a talking goblin. Lucky you. Is that your pet?
What's a pet?
Obviously, you're the, obviously you're the smart one.
go on, tell us we're wrong.
What? I'm not a
Tell
pet. What are you talking about?
Tell us you're not a
Someone's
pet
pet.
to your wife.
Oh fuck yeah! Right. Yeah.
So I think I like the goblin more than you already.
That's completely understandable.
Quest like lifts a leg and scratches his ear.
He just smiles at you doing that. It says, I can see he's learned his limberness from you.
Ew.
Yeah, take that one, Quest. It's good to see that my reputation here is not untarnished. Is exactly what I hoped it would be.
Is he where you get your ball gag wearing skills from?
No, not from me, he says.
No.
No, I'm not into the pleasures of the flesh every day.
Is that because you don't have the opportunity?
Oh no, I just can't be bothered paying for it like he does.
See
Oh,
the rune
he
on top
doesn't
of
pay for it.
See the rune on top of his stuff in 5 weeks. So.
Oh. Proctology? No? Oh, sorry. What wizards do with their staffs.
So you decided to show up to the Cipher Lodge for any particular reason today, Perry?
There's 3 particular reasons. Well, no, 2 particular reasons. The rune that's lit up on the rune gate.
Yes, that is an interesting feature.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you actually have enough observance to see it for a change. You weren't busy at the time with someone when you came past it by chance?
No. That one really caught my attention. I ended up trying to study it.
Or were you on your back at the time?
Probably the second one.
Sorry.
Studying while... and also this one.
So that one was on your back at the time?
No. That one has runes that...
I can see you've been practicing, he says, looking at Zed.
Practicing what?
Runes.
Zed just like points at the runes that are actually shifting on her skin. Practicing what?
Some sort of illusion magic?
No. These were a gift from the Storval Plateau.
Why would you want a gift from the Storval Plateau?
It wasn't a choice.
There's no want.
Okay, you've piqued my interest. I'll let you in. What was your second thing you wanted to ask about?
The runes on them.
That was your first thing. What was your second thing?
That was the second thing.
Oh, okay. So that's the second thing.
That's the second thing.
Okay.
Weren't we going to ask about... Okay.
Okay, so in you come. I will set aside a room for you so we can bring some people in and examine it.
It prefers sharp, but anyway. Or Zed.
It's very sharp, is it?
No, it prefers Zed.
Prefers Zed.
What's your alias again?
Trouble walking.
Trouble walking. No, that's right.
Trouble walking.
So Zed and trouble walking and X?
At the moment I'm using X for short.
A very confusing letter of the alphabet.
Yeah, we never use that ourselves. It seems too much
It's the
trouble.
easiest thing to sign.
Okay, so they take you into a lavishly appointed room that's assigned for the idiot people who come and call. Which you remember well because you've had to wait on people in this room on many occasions.
At least I'm not waiting upon people now.
As I sit down and say, don't worry about servants today. Perry will deal with your needs.
No.
He says as he walks out.
No.
What kind of needs would you deal with?
You don't want to know.
Actually, I'm kind of
No,
interested.
you don't.
I really am. I'm kind of interested.
He's going to help you with your flexibility.
I'm getting
my character goes, I don't need help
numb
with that.
flashbacks right now. Of when I was merely a student here.
So this guy's left the room.
Yeah, he's left the room. He said he'll be back when he gets some of the scholars around.
Your friend's a douchebag.
I don't think they're friends. I'm pretty sure I'm the douchebag.
No, your friend's a douchebag.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand me.
Very few people do.
There are no books here at all.
What's in
There
I
is
learned the weird and mysterious ways.
stand with some mysterious black beverage that smells fantastic.
Sometimes I think I'm smart.
There is a pile of cheap liquor.
Well, you couldn't be more
There
stupid.
is
That's
some
for sure.
fruit,
Jesus.
and
Star
there
Wars system.
is what
Yeah.
appears to be some sort of cabinet with strange things such as cutlery and glasses and stuff. But you never really use that.
X is having
Black
enormous
beverage.
fruit.
The fruit is some of the best
Oh
you've tasted.
God, Quest, what are you doing?
Drinking the mysterious black beverage and eating some fruit.
That was my second option, but I started with
The
fruit.
black beverage, it's amazing. Your eyes just go. Everything's so much clearer.
Oh, that's some good shit. You guys want some?
I'll be really honest.
What did you
Pretty much
drink?
everyone
Coffee.
we've met so far in Riddleport has been a douchebag.
Yeah.
It's
Are we
the
still
equivalent
going-
of double espresso.
Are we still
Yeah.
doing copies the second?
Yeah.
That's wrong?
Very, very few people so far that I would actually choose to associate with.
Okay,
Most of them might
so
not hurt.
next person who comes in the room is he looks like he's a goblin. He's that short and stooped, long beard. He goes Barry and just runs up and gives you a hug.
Hello!
Basically, his face is basically almost directly in your groin sort of level.
Oh.
Don't quite swing that way, but yes, hello!
Been a while since I've seen you. You remember him as one of your teachers. He never cared what you did or how you did it, as long as you tried.
He was the A+ effort kind of
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
We found the Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
A+,
Oh, we got-
effort, C grade.
Yes, we got a goblin. He goes over and gives the goblin a hug.
Who are you?
Oh, my name is Steve. I call myself Steve. I am
Steve,
a
oh, we
Steve.
love
Nice to
Steve.
meet you, Steve.
Oh god, he doesn't have like 12
Quest.
brothers, does he?
Your quest.
Question.
You got a question?
Yes. What's your name?
My name is Steve.
Nice to meet you. Have you tried this black stuff?
It's fantastic. It really gets you going. I have 3 every morning.
Wow.
He goes, oh, look. Are you a elf or a gnome?
Yes.
Both.
Good to meet you. Goes over and gives you a big hug. It hurts, but it's a hug.
I will be hugged and just gently.
I turn over
As he
Willie.
walks away, there's
Willie.
this big beard rash across the side of your face.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, hello, miss. He goes over
No.
and gives your hand a big hug. He goes over and gives you a big hug.
Around my kneecap or something.
Yep.
Like,
Facing the ground sort of level.
I'm 7 foot tall.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's about 3 to 4 foot.
And we've still got Doozer and Puppy.
Yeah. Going,
And he goes over and gives Doozer a hug, and he,
Around
and he
the
just
car.
rubs his face up against your leg. I really like Ox. Ox are great. Great beard scratches. Got the roughest skin, it's perfect, he says.
Oh, gosh.
The devout follower of Callistria thinks this is a bit sleazy.
there's something inherently wrong going on here.
He goes, Puppy! And he goes and tries to give Puppy a hug.
Child.
Definitely
No, I
crazy
think
Hufflepuff.
generally Puppy likes getting pats and hugs.
Puppy's a
He's not
slut.
when he's like being threatened. So
Don't
I don't
talk
think this
to
guy
Yuki
is
like
threatening
that.
at all.
And you see Puppy's tail going like crazy when this guy's hugging it.
The best cuddles ever.
Your puppy is more and more becoming Yuki in the minute.
And he goes, so, Rune Lady, are you going to show us all your runes?
Yes.
I can only see a couple of them, you're too covered up for me.
One, yes, as long as I get some answers about them.
Sure. I'll sketch them all.
2, I also want to find out more about the shadow in the sky.
So do we all.
So,
Yeah, there's money on that too. There's a good bet going.
so
It's a good bet.
Yeah.
a simple deal would be
I get the headmaster's
Yes.
office if I win.
What's the bet?
How do you
The bet was none of the Cypher Mages will solve it.
Does that mean you're actively stopping Cypher Mages from solving it?
Can we help you
If,
with it?
if you can help us, we'll make sure that you get the headmaster's office.
Well,
He
here's the
likes that
thing.
idea.
He's a psychic.
Yes.
Here's the thing, and X like leads there very
Please give him
conspiratorially.
some of the credit.
I will be
I prefer
particularly
him to be headmaster than the
cooperative
arsehole
with
that
allowing
you
myself
But
to
if
study.
none of the Cypher Mages
If
can solve
I,
it,
if you are also particularly cooperative to make
Oh,
everything you know about
right, okay.
Runescarred and the blot in the sky with all
It
the
even shows
resources
that the
you
word
can.
Rune Scar is like, that's a hard term.
That's what I was told I am.
What do you call it?
Accursed?
Rune blessed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I get that being God touched by a bad god. It's like bad touch, bad touch.
Oh, well. I haven't been bad.
I'm good touch, God, that's bad touch.
That's completely understandable.
Normally you have to willingly touch one of their magical artifacts from Old Thassilonian to get God touched. And by touching it, you've entered into a contract with the god that powered it.
Oh, really?
And only stupid people would touch a powered artifact.
Oh, really?
I point out, didn't touch a damn thing. Got levitated into the air. Not a lot of choice in
Would
the matter.
entering an old artifact from like Thessalonia.
Probably do the same thing,
Yeah.
especially if it's got a magic field and you walk into the magic field.
Really?
Yeah.
The things we do trying to get answers.
Yeah, yeah.
Answers that didn't need
Well,
to be answered.
he's heard of one that got done black, and so you must be the one that got done blue. Because the black scarred and the blue scarred are two different things.
Is there a rainbow of colours? I want to find it.
Black Scar.
Someone who's got this vampire focus.
Yeah.
He sees vampires everywhere.
Sorry, I don't know.
Just the rainbow.
Is this like I see dead people, but I see
So-
vampires?
I think this is Wednesday night character.
Taste the rainbow, get cursed.
Oh,
So what's the difference between blue or black?
Color, he says.
The punch.
There is one looks blue and one looks black, but so far he's still investigating. But he would like to be able to tell the difference, but he has not seen the black scarred one, and he has sent for them, or pieces of them, so we can investigate.
Pieces of them?
Either work. He's
Oh,
sure.
okay, I just thought... Okay, I understand now.
If you can't get the whole piece, then
Do you know
we'll
what
just get
we like
parts.
to
Sounds like a side quest. Let's go do it.
Something in Kamagar. Kamagar seems to be a catalyst for some of the scarred.
Has anyone touched the glowing rune on the gate?
No one's been stupid enough to do that.
I'm sure we can.
I've even tried paying people and that doesn't work.
There's like 3 people in the group like, yeah.
I'm sure we can find someone who's stupid enough to touch it.
Quest.
No, I'm smart. Get a 13 intelligence.
Willie.
I'm not touching it. I've already been touched. Okay.
And X is like, what's the worst that can happen
Doozer it
next?
is. Sounds like
Yeah. Let's get Shorty to do it.
Oh, come on. I saw what happened to the last guy that's doing the
Hang on, what about one of the Percys? I'm sure we get one of the Percys to touch it.
Oh yeah.
So seriously, X will be
The two
like,
bros.
very cooperative, like doesn't care, is not shy, will absolutely allow them to be sketched. With the foreknowledge, like, I'm warning you, Steve, they move.
Paint me like
So
one of
as
your-
long as all he's caring about is a rune at a time, he doesn't really care.
Sure, but it'll be here, it'll be next to one rune, and then it'll move.
Yeah.
He doesn't
So-
mind.
Radish, turkey, duck.
Oh no, turkey went to the beginning. Turkey, radish, duck.
10, wrath, jealousy, 5. It's like,
Makes no sense.
it's
Actually,
Why is
I've
Gate
heard-
moving over there?
yeah, it's seriously, it's like walking into the
The
restaurant
true,
ordering
the true
chicken chow
statement
mein.
is,
It's,
Steve, paint me like one of your French girls. That's how it is.
yeah, but that's the deal. I really do want to know everything possible about Accursed, and that
You know that is a new
worries
branch of study that had only really been theoretical up until now. And the theory was they pissed off a god.
No.
Tuesday. Yep, sure.
No, a specific god. Each god curses you differently. And there are 7 of those gods.
And
Well,
is there,
technically 8, but no one really cares about the 8th one.
well,
I think you would if you got cursed.
Yeah, but there's been no listed curse from the 8th god, so no one really cares about the 8th god for the curses.
when you say gods,
Yeah.
are you talking about the ancient gods of Thassilonian?
Yeah. They're the ones who curse people.
Okay.
The rune scar is their curse.
Oh, okay. But they're not the only ones to curse people.
But they're not the ones who curse people. They're the only ones who curse people with rune scars.
Okay.
And basically, he belongs to one of those gods now.
He,
She, he,
sharp,
It.
it.
That.
Wow.
sharp, X.
You feel chosen?
And apparently, they completely screw with that person's life for the rest of their life.
Yeah, I know how that works. I can empathise.
Either you do what they like, or they make your life a misery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like being married.
Very much so, he says.
Yes.
I've tried that
Yes,
3
it
times
is.
now, and each time I've walked out with a longer beard and whiter beard because
Married, tormented by cats.
Yeah. X is like, yeah, Tuesday. Alright, moving
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Didn't
Yeah,
get
it was a
didn't
Tuesday.
get his horse.
He got the horse.
Do you know why the member of your guild, Gintus Blackie, left? the
Yeah,
town?
funny story about that one.
Is there?
Yeah. I told him about libraries in other cities,
Yes.
and then even managed to get the rest of the guild to put up the travel cost for him to go off and investigate.
So he didn't choose to leave.
No, he chose to leave. He thought it was a great idea. He thought it was all his idea.
Why did you all want him to leave?
Have you ever met the guy?
No.
He is so likable in the place that people forgot he was even here after he left.
I didn't say anything.
He's got such a personality that no one remembers him. He's got that sort of personality.
So he's basically a piece of furniture.
He's got a 10 in charisma.
Oh, no,
he's a kid in a corner.
Charisma is his dumpster level.
Oof,
He's
yeah.
taken the penalty in it.
Sure. So you just sent him out because you didn't like him? Or didn't want him around?
No, I sent him out because he had the best lead so far. He was the one ahead in the Cypher mage pool, and so I sent him on a wild goose chase. And if he manages to solve it in those places, kudos to him. But it's going to be at least 2 to 3 months before he comes back.
Okay.
Especially considering he's going to Magnamar, then to Corvosa, and if he doesn't find what he's looking for there, he's going to head off to Absalom.
Did he have a room here?
Yeah, but he took all his stuff.
Oh, did he?
Bags of holding are fantastic. You should get one.
That's what I've heard.
Quick look anyway.
Yeah. You can even stay there if you like. Certainly, we sell gold per month. I think it's 5 gold gives you the room for a month. Of course, I'll vouch for you as an honorary member if you like. Parry has to still work his way up the order still because unfortunately someone said he had died.
I died? Who said that?
The guy who got me.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently backed
The
up
fashionista.
by
Well, I
Blake.
proved him wrong.
And Blakely had also vouched for the fact that you died as well. Apparently he hates everyone.
Blakely, really?
Yeah. The guy who went off on you.
Yeah. Why? Okay.
Where's Blakely now?
Currently on a
Kabuki.
boat somewhere in the worst accommodations I could arrange.
It's good to know you had some faith in me.
I
when
did.
wasn't dead.
Why do you think I came in as soon as they said you were back? They're still trying to round up all the experts.
Okay.
The experts are, I'm busy right now, is generally the thing they say. But it's like, Parry, okay, whatever I'm doing can wait. Parry's my friend.
It's good to know I always have a friend here.
I've always had a friend here.
I'm actually tempted to have a room here as a secondary.
You can always have a room here, we'll always study you as long as you want.
You might lose a few limbs.
We'll only take it if she's willing.
Okay.
Well, what else can you tell us?
Well, I can tell you quite a lot because, I'm an authority.
We're all friends now.
Yes, I've seen you for long enough to call you friends. The coffee's great, I must tell you.
Yeah, Zed's like taking off her coat. So what else do we know?
Welcome to my life.
He says, Riddleport has a long history of mysterious phenomenon connected to the infamous Cypher riddle. And the amusing thing about the riddle is the runes are never in the same place each month.
Okay.
On the gate. Much like you. They move around. But no one ever sees them move.
Right.
Do you have a log of where they've been?
Yeah, but it makes no sense. And there is no rhyme, reason, or order in it in the centuries they've been studying it. Which is
I like what you're
annoying.
thinking.
Because I'd like to say that there's actually a order to what it means, but they've not actually been able to associate star sign, moon movement, tidal relations, ethnic migrations, or any other thing to the position of the rooms.
Have you ever been able to compare it to a rune scar?
Never had a rune scar before. Most of them die within 6 months of being scarred.
Oh, the time has started.
Something to look forward to.
Like when I'm 3 months in.
Yeah. half my expected lifespan's gone.
Would have been nice to know that 3 months ago.
Yeah. Start the bucket list earlier.
Most of them die by hanging.
Who hangs them?
You,
Populace.
sorry, what?
Most populace will hang a rune scarred because apparently they're cursed by the Varisian standard.
Or themselves.
The show ante will also hang them.
I think you'll be fine.
And many goblins will try to hunt them down to eat them. Many orcs will just hunt them down because apparently they get kudos for each rune scar they kill.
Tan the hide, get nice leathers, right? Comes with pretty tattoos on it.
Well, the other thing is, under goblin lore, if you eat a rune scar, you gain intelligence.
So why are they trying to
Well, hang on, but why do the goblins want intelligence?
Because only the bosses have intelligence, so they become a goblin boss, get intelligence and power.
Right.
So apparently you can steal power from what you eat, and a rune scar has lots of power.
I wish that worked that way.
But that is the rumour of the goblins. Just to go into the rune scar lore. Now going back to the Cyphergate riddle. They're still trying to decipher the purpose. And it's been, this is the whole reason the Cypher Lodge exists, is that big gate with the freaking glowing rune. Old accounts tell of strange lights moving in the sky and sounds issuing from it without explanation. Manifestation in the sky is something new. No magical traditions explain the existence of a hovering He said, no known magical tradition explains the tradition of the hovering shadow, and does not bear any trappings of any known spell. So they've not been able to associate it with any lore, any history, or anything within their records.
It's something cool and new.
Not necessarily cool.
Yeah, they said it was cold.
Yes, it may be cool, but not cool.
Okay.
He thinks cool something that is beneficial. It reads more like omen or black spot or along those sort of lines of a curse, much like you're wearing.
I'm hearing a lot of the word curse right now.
Yeah.
I think traditionally black spot means Davy Jones is going to come get you.
Yes,
Davy Jones
and
is
so
gonna
the wizard,
Pirate Town.
the wizard Argentus Blakely, who is the apparently noted scholar, even though no one here remembers what he looks like. By the way, I may be partly responsible for that, but we'll just gloss over that. Enchantment's a fantastic thing, mind you. Postulated that the blot is some sort of convergence focusing arcane energies. He has yet to prove his hypothesis, and he's been running various tests to prove it. Of course, I've read through all his notes so far. He doesn't remember me doing that. And he has managed to document something really unusual. So, just last week, so just in the week before he left, he managed to actually find that small metal items become magnetized for about 6 minutes, including weapons, armor, coins.
What if they go?
No, in the city.
Just anywhere in the city.
Everywhere in the city.
Just randomly.
All metal items became magnetized for about 6 minutes.
Like everything in the city at one instant for 6 minutes.
For 6 minutes.
Do we even know what the word magnetized means?
And he says that's where metal is attracted to metal.
Thank you. Good.
Yes,
Okay.
I know what magnetism is.
Cool.
So, and this has only happened once?
It's only happened once. It's never happened, and there's no known spell that can do that.
Really?
Yeah. Not at that scale.
Oh, okay.
Not at that scale.
You could probably do it to one person, but doing it to an entire city and partly out to sea is unheard of.
Yeah. We have compasses, so we can they do it, but not at any sort of scale like that. That's crazy. Okay.
And something that guy missed because he was out at sea is
You're covering your investment very well, Steve.
well, I want to make sure that no one else gets all the goss. And so various mages forget what they've discovered every now and then after they tell me.
Yeah, he's a master of the Obliviate spell. Yeah, gotcha.
Don't worry, Perry is his favourite student.
Don't leave
You be
this
good,
guy.
exhaust.
Or he's been obliviated so much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to start leaving lines in my arm.
Yeah.
I walked in I've been in here 6 times, Steve.
Let's see if we can do 7.
I like Steve. Steve is funny.
And he said, just yesterday, every weather vane in Riddleport suddenly turned to point at the block.
Like it was a big magnet.
Like it, but only the weather vanes. And every weather vane in the city, no matter what it was made out of, turned and pointed at the block. Some of them snapped and fell off, but they all pointed at the block for 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Mm?
6 minutes seems a really weird
Oddly
arbitrary number.
specific.
Has anyone
period of
tried
time.
touching this block during the 6 minutes?
6 minutes. 6
Uh,
seconds, 1 round.
Yes, but he left town.
Oh, so he tried touching it during.
He's the one who flew up.
Yeah,
but
but it
he-
wasn't
but he
specified
missed-
if it was during the 6 minutes.
He
Well,
missed
he
the
tried,
events.
but he didn't actually manage because the 6 minutes is not a specific
Schedule.
schedule,
Right.
and they've only happened twice now that he's been able to record incidents happening.
Right.
How
Okay.
many rounds is 6 minutes?
Is
10 times 6 is 60.
60 rounds. So you have to know what's happening, you have to register it's coming from it, and then you have to go to it.
Or you need to all be up there in shifts.
I'm just trying to think if there's a metamagic something that will actually a bardic law that, see if there's a metamagic or a spell which makes things last for 60 rounds.
Extend would make it last longer, but not really for 6 minutes. 60 rounds is not a common thing. 10 minutes is a common thing.
Yeah.
1 minute is a common thing. 6 minutes is unheard of in all magic that you're studying.
Excuse me, sorry.
It's not a common interval for magic.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Which does beg the question, what is it? And so they have been asking exactly what's been going on here.
Yep. No worries.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Safe travel.
Big drive to the coast. So.
Excellent. So
Good luck with it.
I don't know what else we can do here. Like, are there any sort of like flying creatures in town? Like Magmar had, or somewhere in Varisia uses like hippogriffs.
That is cool, Varisia, he says.
Okay. Well, does anybody have like exotic animals to like fly around?
He just lost. No one here has the capacity to maintain or support that level of animals.
Just a question.
It would be great if we did, but we are a pirate town, lady.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for the rounds.
Yeah.
No worries.
You're a pirate town with a giant
That's alright.
rune gate and an academy of mages.
Yep. Who don't share their magic very often.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, normally because if we share it more than if we make it accessible to the populace, we get nothing done, and we tend to die off very quickly. You know, it's a rather violent town, and killing a cipher mage is basically well, it would be a mark of honor if it was difficult.
Drop like flies, do they?
Well, when you've got people who can break things in half, and most mages here aren't very skilled.
I think you guys need to invest in more flying spells to stay out of reach of the people who can break you in half.
Yeah.
We are in the area where they do not commit crimes, and we rarely leave this region of the city.
Do you need anyone to help you, like, getting stuff done in the city? Just bring
Well,
it
we
back
do have our guide master, who most of the toughs are afraid of. He's Mr. Boff.
Yeah.
And he's the spokesperson because he's Mr. Boff. He's not particularly the most intelligent of us, but very few people try to beat him up.
He's the most reliable one to get messages to and from,
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay. So he's the official head of the guild, but he's not the actual head of the guild.
Would that mean figurehead of the guild?
Figurehead of the guild is a good place.
Yeah.
Because most people try to cut off the figurehead, and he works great for that.
Okay. Can we meet him?
Sure. I'm sure he'll be here when he's finished doing whatever exercise routine he's currently doing, and maybe an hour or two.
I like him already. But, look, do we have any other, like, solid leads right now? There's cool stuff we could do. I don't know of any other solid leads.
Go scope out the room of the wizard that went bye-bye.
Yep.
Yeah.
See if he left anything behind. For hidden messages on the wall.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, if you guys want to do that, I will get started letting him sketch the rooms.
Yep, sure. That's what we're going to call it.
Sure. Just start with your hand. He says,
Sure.
Because you put the hand on the desk, and he just starts doing a sketch of the various runes on your hand, with dates and movements and speeds.
Yep, sure.
You can see a lot of vector math going onto the page.
Also, can we borrow your notes from when this first happened to me, from previously? Do you have those notes? You may not, considering where we've been in the meantime.
I probably have a copy of them.
Okay.
And he says, oh look, you actually know what you're doing. Maybe we should hire you on instead of Parry.
When in doubt, both.
Yeah.
You guys don't look like you pay well for music.
Hey, most of them don't appreciate it. That the majority of mages here are tone deaf. Especially the head of the order.
But I mean, I'd be interested in the comparisons to what they were before and what they are now. So, okay.
And he's happy to make a copy of his work available to you as part of payment.
Part of the deal. That's fine. But so that means I'm keeping him busy.
Yep.
You are all free to hopefully unsupervised.
Jimmy Perry will take us through the...
Parry takes you through. There's the room right next to his. You can see Parry's name with a line through it in the room next to the room you're taken to.
Die, Parry, die.
That is that is scratched into the door.
It's more for a good time.
Just tries to Kristen to take the scratch out.
And the room next to it has no name over it. Looks like it's been erased.
No, right, it's back.
You have an idea that someone just erased it on a regular basis.
I'm going to have a search of both rooms. Parry's old room and this guy's room.
Parry's old room smells like Parry had just left it.
So, musk and disappointment.
Yeah, not Parry's.
Or is that just my character being a jealous bitch?
So the bed's a mess. There's a whole lot of dust everywhere.
I'll take it to
I
Santa Claus and
have
won't be
detect
jealous anymore.
magic, but detect magic in this version is like, yes, there's magic present.
Oh, man.
You detect magic. Bing! Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
It's somewhere within your 30 feet.
yeah,
radius
unless
zone.
you spend time going, that doesn't count, that doesn't count, that doesn't count, that doesn't count, and takes
Aligning
like
yourself
5
to
hours.
every order. Can you imagine what that would
Aligning
be in a
to
wizard
everything in the
tower?
room, and then it will go,
Yeah.
oh, you're to this thing. So thanks. That's it.
And the thing is, all it could be is someone doesn't tell you they've cast light on something they put in their pocket, and that will throw out your detect magic every time.
Yeah.
You have to know there's magic for you to send it out.
Yep.
That's how annoying detect magic is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's
Read Aura's the other one, right?
Oh, don't even start on
Read
that.
aura, you have to touch the item, and you have
then-
to, and then you find out if it's magical and what magic it
a
is.
detect-
One item at a time.
Yeah, a detect non-magic spell would be more useful than a detect magic spell.
Look, if Mage Hand was still a base thing in the thing that wouldn't lift magical items, that would be far more useful than detect magic. Does it lift? No.
Yeah,
It's magical.
It's magical. Yeah, straight up.
Okay, so if we go into Strange Wizard's room,
Yep, it's completely clean as if it's never been used. Bed completely made, everything's set up as it, and it says welcome to the new staff member on the desk. You think that was also put there every morning?
Quest looks under the bed.
Under the bed, completely clean, not even a spider. Someone had gone to a lot of effort to scrub this room. The tiles smell clean. You rarely smell clean tiles. Even under the bed smells clean. The bed smells unused, as if it's never been used by someone.
It's like,
The walls look freshly sanded too, don't
This
they?
guy's been completely
what's the
erased.
smell? I don't recognize it. It's the smell of clean.
I don't like it.
We'll have a search around anyway. Secret compartments, secret this, secret that.
Give me a perception
Not
roll as you have a look
really
around.
expecting to find anything that
Come
will
on.
look.
Guidance.
12.
Lots. 24.
24. So Willie starts, going through the bed linens, the pillows, the drawers, the desk. You see Quest start going, looking for hidden things under the bed, looking for hidden things behind the desk, looking for hidden things in the wall, looking for hidden things in the ceiling, tapping every tile, every single tile in the room he's tapped. About 2 hours later, he's cleared the entire room, saying there is nothing secret here.
Kind of chunky wizard's tower is this?
And do the same in Perry's room.
You go into Perry's room. There's lots of secret stuff here. Ask Perry.
I'm talking the non-yucky,
There's absolutely nothing non-yucky here. Everything here
absolutely
is yucky.
not. Yeah. Okay.
There's even his diary from 3 years ago.
Yeah, titled Wizard's Research.
Yeah, it's a list of girls and scorecards.
Let's say there's 11-year-olds out there who want to see
It's
that.
got grades. Got grading
Yeah.
curves for each
Hey,
of
there's a 16-year-old that wants to read it at some point.
Oh. Mind you, Perry would have been about that age.
And it's basically, it's almost like volume blah or blah.
Oh, wow.
And apparently he's kept a whole thing of all his conquests.
Yep.
Blow by blow, as the saying goes.
Such a slate.
With ratings, like...
Yeah. Because he would too.
And full description of the people, so it's not subtle at all.
Well, at least he's thorough, I guess. I'm gonna go wash myself.
Yeah.
And you realise just about every surface of his room has been mentioned somewhere in those books.
I'm just glad we don't have a blacklight.
Yeah.
Place looked like a Jackson Pollock.
He even described using the room next door, which is part of the reason he got cleaned regularly.
Also, the guy didn't like him.
He would use it before the guy came home after studies.
Yep.
That'd be gross.
Back out in the hall. Down the hall.
So many levels.
Down another hall. Down another hall. Prestidigitate.
Is that where one of the other wizards goes, you must be the new cleaner?
No, walks past. You mean in Parry's room? Right.
Yeah.
And you do know that the what you found out from the diary is that one of the crappiest jobs assigned to staff members was cleaning the room next door and other parts of the tower after Parry'd been there. So it was assigned to the person who had screwed up the most that week.
So wrong on so many levels.
Yeah.
The rumours got round that it was Parry's fault.
I begin to understand why everyone was claiming he was dead.
Hoping.
Yeah.
So go back in. We understand why Parry is so disliked.
If we say it enough, it'll come true.
That's probably why they're so excited when the Pathfinders accepted him. It's like, yeah, we don't really take care of him anymore.
Take him, please!
Not our problem! He went wandering. He's dead.
We're gonna Bilbo Baggins him.
Yep. But so do we have any further leads that we can actually use for this? Because I'm not hearing anything.
I still oddly think that the crazy wizard in
No, I agree. So outside of the building,
But not
but is it in here? Is there any other Cipher Mage lead?
No,
Or
not
Rune
that I'm
Scar
aware
Okay,
of.
leads?
so while you two are doing that,
Yeah.
Kroll, apparently you're with our Zed here,
Oh, okay.
or you elsewhere?
I
So we didn't actually ask where you were. Did you?
didn't think it through, to be honest.
And what about
I thought the point-
Doozer and Poppy?
Doozer and Poppy are probably like floating around, eating all the food, drinking
Okay.
coffee.
So what?
So
you have black liquid.
so you're in the room we still have with Steve.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So while Steve is busy riding away,
Making
you
sure Steve
see
doesn't get too handsy.
one of the buffest, youngest looking guys. He sort of looks like male model material walking into the room. He sort of has this presence of.
Fabio the wizard.
He does a hair flick back thing. He does have the long blonde hair. He has that bright sparkling light. He keeps his glint as he steps in and says, "Greetings," with that deep tone. Welcome to the
Oh,
Cypher
so
Lodge.
he's Pantene,
Yeah.
walking Pantene guy.
Yeah.
And as he walks, you feel the tremble of the earth beneath him as he walks.
It's a transmutation effect.
He's the transmuter of the group.
We actually got his name. So I greet him in Shoanti. And it is a well met Elias Tomahawk of the Cypher Mages.
Oh, so you're the RuneScard, I see. Great to know you. Hopefully we get to know you more over your short lifespan.
So I've been told.
But that depends on how much the people want to hang you up. Try not to associate with too many of the snazzy because apparently they get good luck for a year if they hang you.
I've heard more superstitious problems.
So they've hung more RuneScar than anyone else in history.
They've probably hung more people in history in general.
I can almost guarantee that any snazzy who was to hang her would have very bad luck for a very short period of time.
I never said who they get lucky by. So luck sometimes is that the next time they step into a room they trip and die, but they get lucky. So they might have a lucky quick death or a lucky really drawn out horrible death.
No matter what happens, the Scarzi aren't my problem. I mean, it's a horrible family. Just happy to kill them on sight regardless.
It's an extreme reaction, but
That's the mild reaction.
But hey, I've never had any problems with RuneScar at all.
And I don't intend to give you any. I'm actually just more curious to learn what happens next.
Well, if you live more than 6 months, you will be an annal in history. You'll be historic.
Yep. Well, apparently already historic because RuneScarred are quite new.
Well, they have. This is the first time we've had 2 on record in the same year. Normally,
How recently, or how far back do the records go for
50 years since the last one.
50 years since the last one. And then 2 this year.
And 2 this year. So this is really a honour to meet a room's guard, no matter how dim today you are. Don't worry, I just like to add that bit because, you know, I want to make you smile. He said that.
I've heard worse problems.
I didn't say he was a smart person.
In 1 year.
2 in 1 year, it's amazing.
It is.
So I make my job to deal with changing things. I do like change. Change is good.
Okay. Well, yeah, change is good. So speaking of change, the Blakely Shadow.
Oh yeah, that thing is an annoyance. It's got nothing to do with transmutation whatsoever as far as I can tell. All my magic has no effect on it. I even tried to make it pretty in pink one time just to see if I could make it different. Couldn't target it at all.
So besides an omen cursing the area, which is what Steve was telling us, what do you think it's for?
X marks the spot, maybe?
Oh, it is a pirate town, but why Riddleport? Is it drawn to the Cipher Gate?
Well,
is it over the Cipher Gate? Like, where is it actually above?
He says, I do... Okay, so...
That would be...
He says normally it hovers over the harbour and Gulf just south of Riddleport.
It's not over the gate.
Which is roughly where the gate is.
Oh, okay.
But it
the
moves
gate
around
is
a bit.
south, yeah.
Like a really weird cloud. Okay.
And it's a dark light shadow, but does allow some light through a bit dimly, and flying object can plainly be seen through its obscuring haze. And it can sometimes cast faint shadows on the ocean beneath it, depending on the angle of the sun and how far the ground is or the water is from the shadow.
So does it always cast shadows in the same spot?
Well, depending on where the sun is, yes. Sun angle, he starts to.
Oh, I know, but okay. So it's not like X marking the spot for one particular spot. It's like X marking the harbour.
Yeah.
Right. Who's gonna be flying up there next? Who could give us a ride to experience it ourselves?
Very few of us want to fly up there because there's rumours that it may actually be a gate of some sort.
Yep.
Do you really want to go to another plane and not be able to get back?
What's a gate?
As in another plane of existence. Imagine you end up in a place where only fire exists.
Or only shadows exist.
Or only shadows exist. Or only water exists. Or only air exists.
What?
And he starts describing the planes of the universe to you.
Alright. I'm interested. My grove's like, ooh, okay.
Or you could end up in a place that has absolutely
Actually, I'm
nothing.
assuming that the Pathfinders would have explained something like this to us, so we've got a base knowledge.
You've got a base knowledge of
how the
planes.
universe works. So.
And it describes the ethereal plane to you, saying you could even end up there, which would really screw you because you can see and get a concept of where you are and what's around you, but not be able to ever touch it again. And you will basically starve. You will die of dehydration in there before you actually can find water, because there's no water there. And if you're unlucky, you'll find one of the denizens of the ethereal plane, and they'll kill you. Because they hunt wanderers, interlopers or tourists, as you might be.
So, you think that might be a gate between here
And somewhere else. That's my best guess. I haven't been able to prove it. Haven't been able to send anything through it, and I've sent things up there, and they just go through and come out the other side.
So a gate is a
I sent a goblin all the way up there at one stage, who willingly accepted a gold piece upon safe landing. Didn't land safely, so I didn't have to worry about the gold piece. But I did.
Right.
He made it through the blot and out the other side. Can you help me?
So what did you need? Your phone and headphones.
So a gate is a spell.
A gate is a portal between locations.
Okay.
It could be a spell.
A created.
It could be a natural rip in time.
Maybe gateway is a better word.
You may end up in another time. It might be a time distortion. That's what one of the other mages has guessed.
So if that, just hypothetically, if that was not a gate as such, but where one plane
Intersected with another?
was not actually intersected, but was coming close to ours, and the actual arch itself was actually specifically designed to identify when that plane came close to ours and provided a visual identification of it, and then when that rune wanders around it, that gives locations of where that might be, or
There is a possibility of that is one of the listed uses of the cipher gate is travelling between planes, but on a vessel almost the size of the city.
oh, wow, okay, that's
next level.
yeah, that is, wow.
Oh, no, it's like level 20.
But the assumption is the vessel went through the gate at some point and hasn't come back. So that room lighting up might be a sign of it coming back.
It's a bloody big ship.
It's a bloody big gate, he says.
Have any of you cast a spell onto the shadow thing?
I've cast spells at the shadow,
Yeah.
but never cast a spell on the shadow, because you cannot target the shadow.
Has the shadow increased in size since it first appeared?
They said it has gone, changed size, shape, and even disappeared, but always returns in a few hours.
Yeah, he says that
okay.
from his observations,
True.
which most of the others, because they're more to deal with magic, he's more to do with actual touching and feeling things. He's been able to figure out that it stays at an altitude of 2,500 feet and appears to be roughly 250 feet across by 130 feet wide. Especially when he has used goblins as measuring objects.
Yeah.
He measures the goblin first. Says you are great measuring tools when you cooperate.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, hey, I had got the goblin glider squad until they forgot how to fly.
No, I mean, goblins cooperating.
Why wouldn't you cooperate? You get to eat, drink, and be merry
Did they cooperate?
most of the time. It's nice when they do. It doesn't always happen. Orcs are a lot heavier to toss. Humans generally more argumentative.
Yeah. Much more reluctant.
Shoanti never show up to be sent, but they take the money but never show up. They demand of being paid up front a day beforehand. I've learned that lesson after my 5th attempt.
Okay. I don't think we're really gonna learn much more here.
So I did learn one interesting thing that I haven't managed to get to Steve yet about.
Mm.
He said
You might want to not do that, but anyway,
Yeah.
keep going.
Steve's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
I've never known Steve to do anything wrong.
Yeah. And I'd consider that if I was you.
He just looks at you.
You certainly never remember Steve doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
I've never seen Steve do anything wrong.
No.
I doubt you'll ever see Steve doing it.
Yeah. Or at least not for long.
His eyes go blank for a little bit as Steve sort of gestures. What were we talking about?
Who are we talking about?
Talking about goblins cooperating.
Oh, goblins cooperate. Yeah, it's nice when goblins cooperate because you get more things done because orcs are too heavy to toss. Humans never pay attention.
And Shoanti demand payment up front, day in
No,
advance.
it's the Snazi that demand payment up front and never show up.
Right.
So they're Varisians. Shoanti, too muscly. The headwind. They sort of go off course more often than not. Whereas goblins can use their ears to help sail.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually. So supposedly, you look like the kind of guy who might have recently discovered something that you haven't told Steve yet.
How did you know this?
You had that look about you.
That's great. Because I just discovered something in the last few hours in my studies. And it has shown that even though everyone else has said that the block is moving randomly over the arch out there, just over the water bit, I managed to determine that it's not random. It is an elliptical orbit.
Around the arch?
Not around the arch, in front of the arch. and it shifts north to south as the tides shift. And it's closest to Riddleport at high tide. Every high tide.
Do you think it's actually marking that area?
Probably.
Do we have a map of Riddleport? Probably not. Could you draw on a map like the area that it's...
Roughly out to here.
Okay. So that's not a large area. It's just like, what's there?
Quest goes over to Steve and just nudges him and says, "You're gonna obliviate this guy, right? He's not gonna remember this conversation.
Parts of it.
Can you make it most of it?"
Sure.
Cool. Thank you.
Just finish your conversation and wink, and I'll make sure he goes back to his exercise training, which he hasn't done today yet.
Okay.
I've had him exercise for 16 hours in a day.
Yeah, I was going to say, no wonder he's jacked.
Seriously, like this conversation, I'm like drawing a line on my arm.
Can you pose for me? Quest starts drawing.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I didn't realise you did.
In which case, your drawing, he just rips his leg off to give you the full effect.
Okay.
I like pretty things I don't really care about, Pretty.
He does the entire not wearing anything poses for you.
Yep. Cool.
I think I'm more concerned his physique is due to memory loss than to actual dedication.
Yeah. So, does that sound like we're going to have to go off in a boat and maybe jump in water?
It's possible. It's certainly a possibility. It's the best lead we've got at the moment, right? Don't get me wrong. This is just day one of looking at stuff. We also have to go sort out things at the Gold Goblin. But this is the first time we're getting to stretch our legs in Riddleport, and I'm curious about shit.
Yeah. And basically you end up spending a couple of hours sketching.
Yeah.
Yep. Before then it starts to get dark outside. He goes, "Did you guys want to stay the night?"
You're still studying her, right?
Oh, she can come back here anytime she wants to be studied for, a tune-up.
Yeah, for academic reasons. Yeah. But also like
He says, "Don't worry, most of my spells won't work on you as well."
Yeah. But like
It only works on the weak-minded.
Yeah.
But I think we should like rent the room for the month and have the secondary location.
Right. It's okay. I'll make sure you've got Blakey's room, or should I say the empty room? He says with a wink.
Should we get somewhere that Harry hasn't been?
He thinks.
Well,
No.
Blakey's room's at least clean.
Yeah.
Clean.
I don't think he can. I read that book. I don't think he can clean away what happened there.
No. We get Blakey's room. Put a sign on the front that says no parries.
Yeah.
No parry allowed.
Like, no amount of cleaning can cleanse the object memory.
Don't you? Aren't you glad you don't have to touch something and experience what happened to that object in its former time?
Yeah, psychometry. Yeah, no.
I touch it and experience.
Oh my god!
There's a comedian who has a really good skit about how he like the mattress is he's got a new memory foam mattress. He's like, man, I hope that's not what it says on the box because I want my mattress to be real hazy about anything that has happened on there. I don't want anyone to come to my mattress and say, what happened? He's like, oh, my memory's so strong. There was him and this girl and a goat and we just don't want to go there. Memory foam, not for me.
Well, the memory foam could be. It was the most boring time ever. One guy,
Either way.
all the time.
Yeah. But either way,
Alright.
not required for that.
Get
Yes.
rooms.
Get our room. Yep.
Yep, you. They give you a suite of rooms, and they say, yeah, even Perry's been there.
Okay.
And like, so I'll pay for it myself if people don't want to like, join. He
How
said
many
it
people
was
sleep in a
$5 gold pieces for the month.
As many as you want to sleep in a room, you can all share the bed together. I'm sure he says.
One bed.
It's a clean, dry room in a really nice district of town,
And $5 for the month.
and $5 for the month. And it's like, look, even if a couple of us just want to bunk here every now and then, I just think for the flexibility, it's worth it.
I think we'll
Yeah.
probably get away with 2 or 3 rooms.
I'm happy to do 1 room.
Okay.
Well, also, this is the first place. Like, I'm also going to go to the Temple of Calistria. They normally sort something out for me as well. But for the Cypher Mages is the best. Parry's going to be here a bit.
Yeah.
Cypher Mages, I think, is going to be something that is going to be important for the next few months. Let's make friends.
Yep.
Sure.
And remember what we do.
Yeah.
I will keep rigorous journals.
Yes.
I'm sure that helps.
So, Emmy, are you still there? Well, so how about I put in 2 gold?
Officially, she's still there. She may be on mute.
Well, I reckon 2 rooms.
She's
Let's
on-
just
I
pay
am
for a
on
room.
mute.
I'll throw in a gold. I got no problems with that.
Okay. So, if possible, we'd like to give them 10 gold for 2 rooms because they're sisters.
He's happy to do that, so you've
So they're just like blocked off for us.
adjoining rooms.
It's fine. It's not for anything illicit, but I
Well, red light district.
Red Light District. Could be worse. Alright, so happy to stay the night.
And while
I
you
will be back in a minute though.
okay, and while you've got the rooms, you'll be given 2 keys, 1 for each room, which gives you access to the Cipher Lodge and the hallway to get to the rooms.
Yeah, sure. What's actually required for actual membership in the Cypher Lodge?
You need to basically pay the dues, show that you're an actual mage.
Yeah.
Define mage.
For them, it's wizards. They're all wizards.
Yeah, look, how do they define a wizard?
They've got PhD.
They basically all they'll basically give you a wizard spell and get you to cast it.
Okay.
Or a wizard only item and get you to use it.
Well, they ask for your thesis.
They say many people can do theses. They are bard friendly,
No,
but they're not. Bard friendly are associates, not actual members.
part of the
Pretty sure some of my
wizards
spells
class.
wizards have as well.
Arcane.
Darkness.
But it seems like a definition. It's like, okay.
Yeah, part of the wizards class is they have to have a thesis about magical theory.
Say Cypher Mage Associates, not Cypher Mage.
Okay, it's take to be an associate.
Well, to be an associate is basically the equivalent of being able to do a theory that about something relating to the Cipher Gate.
I'm pretty sure though that with Steve's help we could somehow get someone in as a member. Oh yeah, they were always a member here. Oh, okay, sure.
They paid their dues.
Of course they did.
Steve's happy to do that for question,
Yeah, sure he is.
just for the hilarity of it, for no other reason.
Yes, his thesis was
So many things we do for the hilarity of it.
yeah. So Steve, what was question's thesis on? Oh, prestidigitation use and the overuse.
How someone can get addicted to prestidigitation every day.
So, anything weird or wacky happen
At night?
overnight?
Yes, you have the best night's sleep ever.
Really?
That's never happened like that ever.
And it's,
For you anyway.
X has been on the road for 3 months and has not been fun. So suddenly this is a really good investment.
No dreams, no nothing. You just sleep.
It's like, what the hell is that?
You have no memory of that night whatsoever.
Steve.
No nightmares.
No memory of that night
No memory.
whatsoever.
Right now, that's a blessing.
Sleep.
X has been considering taking up drinking, like really hard drinking.
So you do feel a bit worn out in the morning.
That's a bit rough.
I feel like
Your bed looks like it's been tossed and turned in, but you have no memory. Doesn't smell like anyone else has been there though.
I feel like Steve goes around kissing all the wizards goodnight.
Don't worry, you won't remember anything in the morning. Don't worry, you won't remember anything in the morning.
I can't describe how violently Steve will die if that is what has just happened.
Yeah.
Well, he's meant that you have no memory of sleeping badly.
Yeah, no. But in all honesty, if that is what has just happened,
Yeah.
Steve and the tower will burn to the ground in a campaign-ending conflagration. If that has just happened,
If all he's done is made you not remember a nightmare.
that's okay. That's okay. But it sounded a bit more twisted than that
No,
for a second there. And I was just like, oh, I hope not.
Everything you've seen about him, he seems like an honestly nice guy trying to make people have a better life. And part of the better life is he doesn't want the Cypher Mages to solve this problem.
Yep.
Because while everyone's trying to solve the problem, no one's looking at them as a problem.
Yep.
Quest is going to spend the night trying to cobble together a thesis about how proximity to the Cypher Gate and close study of it causes
Memory
brain
loss.
damage and memory loss.
Steve checks in on you and gives you a lot of extra words to stick in there, and hands you a couple of theses that other people have done relating to that he's made them forget, just so you've got better padding. And then he heads off. He says, "Don't worry, none of the other people remember doing these theses."
Hilarious.
Thank you, Steve.
And basically, if you follow him around for a while, you do see he basically makes people have nice, restless, uneventful dreams.
Nice.
Because apparently some of the wizards were solving problems in their sleep.
Lucid dreams. That's funny. Not having that. Not having that.
Well, until this problem with the blot goes away, he's making sure they don't solve the problem while they're sleeping. So most people come like, I had this fantastic idea last night.
Jeez, he's nothing if not thorough. Tell you what.
He really wants that office.
No.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, so who's following him around?
Imagine you just path at 2 ships tonight. Like, so that's Steve. Yep. Okay.
No, I'm just going to go to sleep. Wake up in the morning.
Yep.
And every now and then you hear the clink of the headmaster in the gym.
Bench pressing parry.
I like it.
I'm going to break you, little boy.
So yes, morning comes, you all feel as if you had the best night's sleep ever.
So
You
good.
keep telling yourself that.
Nice.
Yep.
No matter how many other signs are, you keep telling yourself it was the best night ever.
Cypher Mage Lodge, it's a magical place.
Next cup of coffee.
I just realised I feel sorry for the wizard that Steve decided to mess with in terms of coffee addiction. Like, you didn't have a coffee yet. You didn't have a coffee yet. And he's like, I'm on my 74. Twitch.
I'm vibrating so.
Yeah, he's the one who made it to the blot without a fly spell.
And when there's basically about 20 Cypher Mages here. And most of them all have that side look of far off as if they're not really sure exactly what they've been doing today or yesterday.
Yeah. So someone's the guild master, and it's not Elias. It's the only one who remembers being there. All right, cool.
If anyone wonders, Juice is probably like benching it up with the headmaster of the Cypher
Good
Mages.
plan.
Yeah, it's one of the best gyms you've ever been to.
Nice.
So everything's designed to help you build up muscle.
You're both taking turns bench pressing parry, are you?
Yeah, why not?
Probably. But he's the warm up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Don't spread his nickname around.
Warm up.
No, he needs a warm up. It's cold. It always happens when it's cold. Oh, chilly willy.
I'm a grower, not a shower.
That's it. All right. So next day.
So next day, there is an amazing meal laid out.
Mhm.
You have not tasted this sort of level food for a long time.
I think there's 10 gold well spent for the night.
Yeah.
Of course, you're not sure how much of that is prestidigitate and illusions, but it all tastes fantastic.
Yeah,
Tastes good.
As long as it tastes good.
Yeah, factor.
You could be just drinking bread and water, and as far as you're concerned, it is the best thing ever.
Gruel that tastes like filet mignon.
Yep.
Is it
Doesn't worry me.
nutritious?
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason why they can't afford to, sell their services out, because then they get none for themselves.
Okay. So, what do we want to check out today? Did we want to do the churches? Do we want to ask about the lighthouse? We didn't actually ask about the lighthouse.
Actually, yeah, while we're at dinner, breakfast, I'll ask if anybody knows anything about the
Gebediah,
yeah, the wizard who lives in the lighthouse.
sorcerer. They said sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
Okay. Trying to find the right thing. That is.
Because if it's a dead end, it's a dead end. But it was listed as a option.
Yeah.
I also think we might need to do something
Real
to
port light.
help out the casino.
Okay, so it does stand out on its own on a ridge near the river itself. Sorry, near the gate itself. If I bring out the pages, so that's where the lighthouse is.
Yep.
So it is sort of off to the side there. Just want to see who's pinging me.
It's just Josh saying he's home and Aaron saying rest up.
Mm-hmm. Well, he does have a big trip to go on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so its basically its main job is to provide guidance into the harbour, and it's a very narrow, winding road to get up there, very treacherous. Without the mage trying to pick you off on the way.
Get one, huh?
Yep.
Apparently, his favourite thing is magic missile. To the groin.
To the groin.
Targeted magic missile. Nice.
Nice.
Unerringly at a target you can see.
So many jokes. So many jokes. Okay.
And the rumours are he consorts with fiends from the great beyond.
Oh, good.
I mean, we've met those. It's fine.
Good.
Have we?
What? People that consort with fiends from the great
Oh,
beyond?
people who. Yeah, alright. I was like, we haven't met any fiends from the great beyond.
They're all
What did I
What about
miss?
Scratch?
Hey,
Isn't he a fiend from the great beyond?
Yeah.
does he count as a fiend?
But technically, he's not from the great beyond.
And
the great beyond generally is the Cthulhu-esque old ones.
And technically,
Oh.
we haven't met
mind-warping
him.
creatures.
We've seen
Yeah,
him.
yeah. Ah, okay.
I haven't spoken to him.
I spoke to him.
I tried. Did you?
Well, I spoke at him.
Oh, sorry. I did too.
Yes, you weren't one of the lucky ones he peed on.
No. And he's like, why did you stop that guy? What guy? And that's the end of my conversation.
So he did talk to you?
Yeah.
Or at you?
At me.
Okay, so you do realise that any associating with him might bring the Helmites toward you. Because that's the sort of thing they're currently investigating in Reelport.
Well, they're not doing a very good job since he's already up on the hill.
But he was here before they arrived.
Yeah, maybe they're here to actually go deal with that.
Well, then they should stop fucking around
But
and do your job.
but what do the
Fucking
Cypher
Helmites.
mages think about it? Like, any other rumours? Like,
He's
is
powerful
it
en-
all bluff?
He's
like
powerful
the
enough to
Helmites?
hold them off.
Okay. Well, just-
Maybe we should send him a letter.
Actually, also, we can tell the Cypher mages, like, look, well, okay, just as a side note, like, you saw the Hell Knights arrive the other day?
Yep.
Big light show on the front dock?
Oh yeah, they love their light shows.
Okay. You're aware it was just a light show, right?
This time.
This time?
We have on record when it wasn't.
Yep.
It wasn't pretty.
Would it have been the same sort of people, or would there
Yep.
need to be more
It's-
people for it?
It depends on if they expect a fight or not. If they just want to scare people, it's a light show.
Gotcha.
If they expect it not to expect it to actually be a fight, it's not a light show.
And so these ones are here because we don't know this. Like, we weren't told
They
like,
didn't
why
tell
these
you
ones
all
are
those
here.
things.
Alright, cool. But so...
And apparently, the Hell Knights who are here, who interesting to note by, is hard to tell if they're after the dwarves, us, or the idiot in the lighthouse, because we all are anti-Hell Knight creed for that group of Hell Knights.
Is the
Are you?
What do you mean?
We investigate the runes, so Hell Knights don't like, depending on which one it is specifically, don't like those who look into the ruins of dead civilizations. They will actively hunt down and execute anyone who brings an artifact from that civilization to civilization. We live in one of those civilizations, so technically everyone here can be put to the death by that group of Hell Knights.
That group of Hell Knights that arrived?
I'm not sure if it's the exact one that arrived, because it's all a bit hazy which order belongs to what, because even when I know the symbols, I have trouble matching them up. I'm not a Hell Knight scholar.
Who is?
Hell Knights?
There is a couple of experts in Chaliax who'd be able to tell you a lot of details about it, because Hell Knights have an actual full order there, besides the stragglers that seem to be travelling around Varisia.
So no one in Riddleport would be able to tell us? Like
Most people in Riddleport go Halmo instead of Halmate.
Oh, I understand.
Understandable, yeah.
Because those things are scary.
Yeah. There's just if there's different groups within them, maybe there's different ways to exploit that as to which ones we actually need to worry about, which ones we don't.
Technically, as long as you don't lie to them, lying will get you into a lot more trouble than anything else.
Everybody has to lie sometimes.
Yeah, but those guys take the lie personally.
So lie.
So that they take it as, a reason to kill you.
So do I.
But you take anyone lying to you as a reason to kill you?
It's a reason to kill them. It's certainly a factor. Really strong one too.
But you can, admit and not lie.
Yes.
Admitting's not a lie.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
By the technical terms of most magic, admitting is not a lie.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Maybe that can deal with magic. However, there are a lot of people who will find that having information deliberately omitted when they ask for it, that makes them just as angry as if they were lied to outright.
Well, especially if they say, "What's your name? I'm not telling you," is a valid answer and can be truthful.
Yeah.
And still get them unhappy with you.
Oh, absolutely.
But that's technically not lying, so it carries a lesser penalty than not telling.
I understand, but yeah, without getting into semantics, just different people have different definitions besides the magical version.
Well,
But
we're
I
wizards, we deal with magic.
But thank you for telling me that omitting may be able to get through magical versions. That's an interesting thing to know for future.
Well, it is useful. Especially with the bearded guy around. Steve.
Oh,
What's wrong with Steve?
He messes with people's minds.
Does he?
I find it funny.
Which one are we speaking with?
You're speaking with one of the other ones.
Unnamed amusing cipher mage.
Yeah.
Unnamed
mess with
amusing
your
cypher
mind?
mage is willing to eat with you because you're different.
But okay, so what do we want to do today? So if going there is a bit of a bust. Oh, hang on. Do you know the trick or an offering if we needed to go see Gebediah in his tower that meant he wouldn't kill us? Because I've heard he does that a lot.
He's never killed a lone goblin going on.
Has he ever had a lone goblin going on? Alright, so that was an important point to make.
Yeah. He's never done this thing that never happened before.
Are you lying?
Okay.
No.
I roll insight.
Yep.
So he sometimes gets lone goblin visitors and doesn't kill them. That's an interesting point to note.
Did he send for them, or do they just show off?
But yeah, maybe there's a way
Magic
that...
20.
Okay, so you find out that officials have learned over time that he has a weak spot for goblins and has not killed them unless they show up in more than one.
Right, okay. I guess I get a job.
So he's a lot happier with goblins than he is others.
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. But it takes us still back to the question of what are we going to do today?
I still think we should go and see him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's only one person who can go see him.
That's okay.
And I'm not doing it today.
You're not?
This session.
Oh, no. But, so, in game time, are you happy to do it today?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So, another question while we're at breakfast. Anybody heard of Angvar? Street gang wizard?
Angvar, one of them laughs. Yeah, he tried to be a cypher mage, he wasn't that good. His theory was terrible.
What's his theory?
I can't remember.
It was
Not
that
one
bad.
person can remember what the theory was. And you hear Steve chuckling off to the side.
Oh, Steve.
You remember Angvar was behind
Yeah.
some of the... had actually 2 attempts about how people forget their memory while...
Right.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
you stole his thesis.
Alright, twice.
Oh, you should tell him.
He remembers.
Yeah, he remembers.
And he just goes, why would I write such a stupid thesis?
Yep.
I thought you'd like that twist.
But Any hints or tips for dealing with him? Because apparently he's been causing trouble in our neighbourhood.
Ask Steve, he seems to know him well.
Steve?
You have Steve, Angvar. He says, he sort of says, do this to him, he says, as he does it to the guy who was sitting with you. Go ahead. What? Have I eaten? No, you haven't eaten yet. It's time for breakfast. Okay. I should get some coffee then. Here, get some coffee.
So, Steve, do you have a scroll of that?
Sure.
Could we grab one?
Have you got 50... Thinking how much it would be.
Between us, probably. But it's...
Yes. No.
You'd also have to have the capacity to cast it. It's not always guaranteed.
Sorry, X knows nothing.
Says he
About
will work
it.
out a price for the spell.
Sure. But maybe something good for Parry to have in his back pocket.
It's the equivalent of modifying memory as well as charm at the same time.
So you're thinking that we should go and deal with this Angvar?
I'm thinking it's on the list. No, maybe not today, but I'm thinking it's on the list.
Well, I think if Saul's been talking us up, we maybe should go do something to make it less likely to try us during the week. I didn't say that. May have heavily implied it.
Well,
See, I don't think we know enough information about him or his gang or the town to go hunting him down to just take him out.
You know,
But I do think this was an opportunity to find out more about a local wizard in town and see what he was like.
And a good thing about what Quest was saying is to show up at Zurch's arena.
Okay.
And basically, the main competition.
But most people don't come out of the arena.
You show up at the arena as a spectator, not a
competitor.
Right.
because it's also a drinking establishment and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Betting arena.
Good place to learn more info.
And basically, by being seen there, it shows that you're not afraid of the competition.
I'm happy to go there and place some bets. Learn more about things from the shadier side of town.
Yeah, sure. And considering I know you've got to head off, because you also look tired, it would be a good point to finish the night saying, and you head off to investigate the town for your second day off.
Yep. Cool. Very good.
And yes, you survived your first day of freedom. If you remember it.
Yeah.
How you doing, Emmy?
Yeah, good. Had a couple of drops in connectivity, so like some of the stuff came through as just a garbled mess. I'm not surprised because the reception here is sometimes a bit spotty.
You'll be able to watch the video and going, oh, that's what I missed.
yeah.
I don't think I missed.
No, it was just
What?
bits of character information mostly.
And worst case, if you missed something, you probably got obliviated during the night.
I would have thought I spent the night working out with the headmaster of the
Which might be why you spend the night working out with the headmaster.
Yeah, maybe.
What? We're in the gym, we haven't worked out yet, we should work out.
Sure.
6 hours later, we're in the gym, we haven't worked out, we should work out. Yeah, let's go work out. My muscles! I can't feel my muscles!
Oh, they hurt so much, I must not have worked out yet.
Well, I mean, I gotta re-strengthen my arm, and I've got to fight that little
No.
but no barbarian again.
Yeah.
Is
She
the
is
arm
fine.
still in a cast, or is it healed?
It would basically, because you used magic to set it, it just took a week to still feeling tender.
Yeah.
And she will also feel temperature changes. Because it was a break.
Yep.
It's not like regenerate where it makes everything grow back to what it should be.
Yeah, so I can feel it, no one else can.
Very much so.
And I can't prove that, not really, anyway. There's a storm coming, what? No, just wait. Like 3 hours later, see, there's a storm.
Storm sense.
It does work. Okay, well, I'm going to put it on end credits for tonight.
Sounds good.
And thank you very much for playing, Emmy.
Uh-huh.
Enjoy the coast. And say hi to us for Josh when he gets there.
Will do.
Okay, we'll catch you later.
See you.